This is Dr. Dre. Party's going on. Thank God it's Friday.
Ding, ding, dong.
This is crazy. This is crazy. This is crazy.
Tell me something, my friend. You ever dance with the devil in the pale moonlight?
Hey, life's a risk, carnal.
I do a great impression of a hot dog.
Billy likes to drink soda.
So am I to understand that you men completed your training on your own?
That's the fact, Jack!
Come on, seriously, who is that?
I only came here to do two things, man. Kick some ass and drink some beer. Looks like we're almost out of beer.
Watchers, what is up? We are back for another unlucky edition of Now Watch This. But I will let y'all know I saw Lucky today. He gave me my my birthday present, and it was great. I think I have it around here somewhere. But it was a shout out to Bigfoot, and we plan to jump on and start recording new episodes this weekend. So that's something to look forward to. Now, in Luck's absence, I've decided to reach out to a few of my friends and someone that I've known for a long time, and I would like to say is a good friend of mine. I've known this guy a long time. I want to say like early, even like when podcasts were starting, me and this guy would talk about possibly doing something together. Mm-hmm. And again, life gets busy. We never got to, but I'm happy to say that he's got his own podcast going. And I'm glad that we can get on. It's as we get older, everyone needs friends like this guy in their life. And I hope that I can kind of be the same for him. But this is my good friend, Age. I don't know if you want me to use your government name, sir, but my good friend Adrian Olivarri of the Not Long for This pod, which is I told him it's a bit cryptic, but he I wouldn't expect nothing less from this guy. But Adrian, welcome. I know you've been a watcher for a little bit here, so
yeah,
good to have you on, brother.
Yeah, man. Thanks. Fucking awesome to be here. I like the show. I legit watch it.
Yeah.
Follow it. So, I mean, it's good
Thank
stuff.
you, brother.
Even just the posts when y'all have your different faces imposed. Oh,
dude, yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, I say it all the time. Like, again, I've always been a fan of podcasts. You've known me for, I think we've known each other for about 15, 16 years already. Because I've been at my place, working there about 17 years, and I know we started off about the same time, right?
Yeah.
You used to work on the other side of the plant where all the dun-dun-duns worked. And
where the men work.
But I remember you'd always pass by, and I don't know what it was, dude. I think we just kind of clicked right off the bat, right? Like, I think we've both had that fucked up, odd sense of humor. and the thing about it is, like, I would say this is like we're pretty opposite of each other. I love the Cowboys, like, all good people from Texas should. And you somehow like the Saints. Like, where the fuck did that come from?
The Saints were closer to San Antonio than the Cowboys ever been. So, that's all I'll say.
No, it's not. It's like 8 hours away.
You're
just saying because they practiced here that one time they had the hurricane.
They played a couple games here.
Yeah. No. As a kid, and I'll say this is, I was kind of like the Saints, but when I was 12 years old, I took parents back then to parents nowadays. When I was 12 years old, I took a fucking Greyhound from San Antonio to North Carolina by myself. With my mom packed me a bunch of groceries, but she packed them in a brown paper bag. And like halfway through the thing, that bottom of the brown paper bag got wet. So at one stop, I went to pick up my food, and that brown paper bag just went everywhere. Yeah. Anyways, but one of the stops was in New Orleans, and I bought me a New Orleans Saints shirt, like just to kind of, I guess memorize my stay there. You know what I mean? Or
Commemorate the
my
journey.
passing through there, and we stopped at the Superdome, and it was a badass sight to see, man.
Dang.
But yeah, I remember that year they were here.
Why are we going over there? To
Cause I was a bad fucking, cause I was a bad fucking kid, and my mom wanted to get rid of me for the summer.
Dang.
Shit like that.
No,
Yeah.
I believe it.
Yeah, no. I don't know. It was really good. My brother-in-law was stationed in Fayetteville, North Carolina,
Oh, okay.
and not my brother-in-law, my cousin, and he's like my god brother. And I stayed with him this summer out there, and it was weird, bro. Like, him and his wife who he's not with no more. But I remember being out there, and this is the summer that Menace to Society came out. All right.
92?
92, 93, somewhere around there. Yeah, 92. Dr. Dre's The Chronic had just came out.
Okay.
This is the golden age of fucking rap to me, like fucking Rap City and all this shit. It was great. I get out there, bro. They didn't let me listen to any of that shit. Of course, when they weren't at the house, I got to, but I remember my birthday was coming up, right? My birthday falls during the summer. They're like, "Pa, anything you want to do, man, we're gonna go do." Right? Most of my family calls me Pa. Anything you want to do, we're gonna go do. I was like, "Well, I want to go to the movies," and they're like, "What do you want to see?" It's like Menace to Society. Oh no, we can't take you to see that. Like, that's too hard. I'm like, guys, do y'all know like the apartments that I've grown up in? I see that shit every day walking outside. So we went to see Free Willy instead.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a vast difference. But being out there, I got to do a lot of different shit. I got to. They had this like training course where you had to climb to the top, and I'm scared of heights, but you're attached to a wire, and it's basically mimicking you jumping out of a plane, and you jump off and you zip line down, and you gotta simulate the landing and shit like that. I got to do shit like that, which was pretty cool. But the other shit, like I was just like, come on, guys. Like I was dying to go home.
Are you still scared of heights after that? Doing that?
Fuck yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
you've been to work, like how it has the high catwalks.
Yeah, fuck that. I wouldn't even go up there.
No, ain't for me, bro. It ain't for me. They get that. They have they use that genie boom a lot at work. Nah,
The blue one? Hell
yeah,
no.
you ain't fucking catching me up there. Fuck you. Nope.
Yeah, I went on there once and I was like kind of holding on. you
Yeah.
know?
No,
You know,
even
so-
if you have that fucking harness, fuck that. Like I
Yeah,
wouldn't feel comfortable at all.
Or like the hard
But
hat,
no.
you have to wear the hard hat walking to certain areas. Like, oh yeah, if something in this area is gonna fuck me up, the hard hat ain't gonna do a damn thing. But
Oh no, all the hard hat. I did like believe me, working where I worked, in the group that I worked in for the longest time, it was dangerous shit. Like, I remember they asked me to put together like a safety video, and it probably got me into fucking watching all these fucked up videos. But do you remember back in the day? We didn't have YouTube and shit like that. There was like fucking fucked up websites that you would go on,
Rotten.com. I
like
remember Rotten.
Rotten.
There was like a couple more, but I only went to Rotten just because that's all
Yeah.
I knew.
And dude,
Ugh.
so I get on there, I look up because we worked in a press for the longest time, right? Look up press fucking videos. Fuck that, man. It was these Chinese motherfuckers fucking transferring by hand inside the press. Every time the press came down, they'd bend down like that, transfer over. Um, but again, along with that, you got to see fucking accident videos, genie boom accident videos. Then like when I became a member of management, you start to the shit that goes on at other plants starts to filter in.
Yeah.
You see some of the dumb fucking accidents these motherfuckers have. And it come in an email, hey, fatality accident over here. Some guy was fucking picking up shit with a forklift. He was a certified forklift driver, Adrian. I don't know if you know these guys, they're tough guys, the certified forklift drivers. And fucking picking up containers on this side, forks go too long, pick up the containers on the other side, drop them right on top of a guy. Like fucking death. Like and so when I'd get new people coming in, I'd always have to tell them like, hey man, like most of all, I want to see y'all fucking go home. So, and selfishly is like I don't mind to deal with those manpower issues, but
Be some
but
OT coming through.
yeah,
Now you take it for granted though. Like working in that environment, you take advantage of how easy it could be for you to get hurt and how easy it could be for you to hurt somebody.
yeah, you especially the forklift. Like I'm not saying the forklift drivers, because I'll tell you right now, like I know there's some good ones, some really good ones, but there's some ones like you see it, like, hey, this dude just fucking went through training and he's on the forklift over here. Like, fuck that, dude. I know to stay away. But like,
Yeah.
cause now, dude, I walk around with a clipboard and just count my shit every day. If I'm fucking having to do anything physical, I'm talking some shit. Like, you're gonna hear some shit. Like, y'all are paying me all this fucking money to fucking do this stupid shit.
Now
But
you earned that though.
oh
you earned
yeah,
that,
dude, yeah. And I get that, like I but like again, you see these young kids, dude, and I have a nephew that started. He's like 18. But you see these young kids that they just put in situations that are tough, man. And I thankfully I can say like I don't think I ever really did that in my position when I was in charge. And but dude, like being in charge, man, it was killing me. So that's why I got out of it, bro. Like I had to. Like I was like, hey man, if I can't kind of go over here or do this, like I'm gonna have to find something else. And luckily they let me do that, man. Like, I know that don't happen for everybody, so thankful. I'm thankful for it.
It happens when you got some value and
Yeah.
they respect you.
And then like I get it, bro. Like um you know, it's not for everybody. You know what I mean? And that's why I fucking like, because now like you and I, we have kids in that age range that are starting to go off and do their own thing, right? So like
Yeah.
I can't tell them like, hey man, like don't do this, but I do tell them, I'm like, dude, y'all see how hard I've had to work to do even the shit that I do, and I still have to work. Like there's time I still have to take a bite of that shit sandwich because it's what you got to do, as a man, as a father, or whatever. You still gotta work that hard. But I'm trying to do all I can to make sure that these motherfuckers don't have to work that hard. No, I'm not saying that they don't have to work hard, but that they make maybe better decisions that don't put them in the situations like I'm in. Because I know I'm fairly certain. Like I probably could have taken different positions in my life or gone with different companies when they came knocking,
Mm-hmm.
and maybe be making more and be in a different position. But at the same time, like I'm pretty happy and pretty proud of the position that I'm in now. Again, there's always shit days. There's always going to be those kind of situations, but man, like especially like right now, like what we're going through with the wife and everything, they've kind of
Mm-hmm.
come in pretty clutch for me. You know what I mean? So,
Oh
you
wow,
know,
hell yeah.
yeah, maybe if I was somewhere else, that shit wouldn't happen. You know, I don't know, bro. Like, you know, I like to, and fuck, I didn't know we are getting kind of this deep into it, but I like to think that there are like reasons for shit happening. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Even good or bad,
Yep.
and you know, try to kind of. It doesn't always happen, bro, but I try to kind of live my life on that. You know, well, there's, you know, there's a reason for this. There's a reason for this. There's a reason for
Yep.
this. Um,
Positive.
yeah, and you know, for the wife and I, we've always had instances in our life, man, where in key situations, bro, like or like fucking clutch situations, we've, you know, either run into some money or like something good has happened for us at
That's
the worst
blessings,
of
bro.
times. You know, yeah, you know what I mean.
That's
So
blessings.
yeah, and
That's the
so
kind of stuff you can't ignore and you shouldn't ignore. You
mhm,
know, you don't have to acknowledge it, but at least just see it
yeah,
and like, okay, just see it. Yeah, I know you see it.
yeah, and you know, the way we kind of feel about it is, hey, man, for the most part, we live good lives. You know, we're good to people. You
Mm-hmm.
know, you know as well as I do, bro. Like, I try my fucking damnedest to be a good dad. It's not always the case. You know,
No,
it's not. I
yeah.
promise you, it's not always the case. I think I reached out to you. You know, I'm glad that we've kind of reached out to each other in the
Oh yeah.
last, you know, few years or whatever. But like, you know, we reached out, and I was telling you, man, it's just been a bad fucking day. You know, you have those, but you know, you
Yep.
try to fucking, especially like I see her and what she's going through, bro, and I'm like, I can't complain, bro. You know, the fuck am I complaining about? So, you know, I try to be good, live good, you know, teach my kids good shit.
Oh yeah. No, you're
But
one of the,
yeah,
not even just to blow smoke. Like you're one of the best people I know,
oh, bro.
and you're somebody who I've never seen you mad, even in the positions you've held. I've been mad all the
Oh,
time. I flew off the handle all the time. But me, I've never seen you mad.
oh, because
I've
you
never
didn't work
seen
for me
you.
though, bro.
I've never seen you. I've never seen you not chill. You know,
Yeah, no, yeah. There's a reason for that
even
too.
when even when your guys would even when your guys would ask me to bring them like 20 containers, and then once I set the last one
Mhm.
of the other guys puts in the wrong die, and you start calling
Uh,
for containers for that one, and
yeah.
make it look like it was my mistake. Or it's all right.
Oh no, no,
I just
dude.
had to
It
get that
was
off my chest.
dude. Like
No, I'm just
I've
fucking
gone
around.
through so many fucking hard heads that I threw against a fence.
Oh man, no, but you're a
But
good dude. You're a good dude. Let me see. I got you
yeah,
finished.
no, I appreciate
But
that, man. And,
you're an even better dad, bro. And
no,
because I
was it?
followed you on Facebook and I watched your kids grow up, all of them. I watched
Yeah.
just every moment, and
Mhm.
it's easy for just anybody to just be negative. Look at this guy. Like now, it's like fuck yeah, dude. Like this dude's like. You're inspiring to get off your ass and
Yeah.
do the work. Like you're done thinking about yourself. You're thinking about your kids and their future. Like
Yeah.
the legacy that is you is going to go through them. They're going to carry it. So why are you going to keep putting more on yourself? You're
No.
nourishing them. You do, and that's beautiful. That's awesome.
Yeah.
And
No.
it's a it's a it's a pleasure to watch.
No, dude. And I again, I used to remember getting shit for it. Like, yeah, like fucking people telling me like, oh man, like, oh, you're always fucking posting your kids and shit like that. Oh, well, that's what the fuck I live for. Like,
Hell yeah, that just says more about them than you.
yeah, and yeah, um, I like again, it's not, and it wasn't anything like I I know there was a lot of people that were like, man, like fuck, like people would tell us all the time, like, y'all do so much sports. Like, do y'all ever give your kids a break? Now, like if I can tell my son now, like he goes out there and he's like, man, I just want to make you proud, and I'm like, like, there's no way I could be any more proud of you, um, in anything that you do. And you know, me and him have a special relationship, but you know, there was times when I was hard on him, growing up, but like I felt like I had to be like again.
Oh yeah.
I didn't raise a fucking asshole troublemaker kid. I think I've raised a good kid. Um,
Yeah.
but um, I don't know. Like I try to be hard, and for the most part, like I talk about this with a lot of my other friends because like we all seem to come out of the same situation. I tried to be like the dad that I didn't fucking have, and I've said it like from the beginning, like from the time me and my wife got together, like me and my wife got together like we were 17. From the time we were 18, we we're on our own, doing our own thing. We didn't have kids till I was 24, and
Oh wow.
I've done, yeah, and there were people like, hey man, how come you don't have a kid yet? I was like, it's you don't have to have a kid when you're in high school just because you're Mexican, guys. Like,
Yeah.
but that's the way it is, bro.
Right.
Like, um, we were in our early 20s, and our family was like, when are we getting fucking grandbabies? And I was like, hey man, calm down. We're trying to do our own thing, but
Yeah.
I was so afraid to be like either be like my mom and dad, and like my dad took off when I was 7. Last time I saw him I was like 9, and then he came back when I was 18, bro, and it was just like, who the fuck are you, bro? Like,
Yep.
those fucking 9 to 18, I know, it was a long, he's been back a longer time than he was gone, but those are fucking formula fucking years, bro. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So I regret it to this day that I don't have the relationship with my dad that I probably should have.
That's
But
not your fault though.
yeah. But I make sure that my relationship with these motherfuckers is not going to be that
Oh
way.
yeah.
You know what I mean? So
Yep.
you know, yeah, I ride
I
their
mean, it's
ass
good.
sometimes, but like,
It's
hey,
good to learn. It's good to learn from your mistakes, but the failures of others are also great teachers.
so it almost
You
comes
know.
around to like why I do this show, or why like I love TV and movies so much, is that I learned a lot of my fucking parenting from TV dads, from dudes like Uncle Phil, that we were talking about on your Facebook the other day, dudes like Dan Connor and Tim
Yeah.
Allen, and I feel like I've pulled from everything, and then again I've had uncles,
Yeah. Same
um,
here.
you
Cousins,
know,
older cousins.
yeah, that again, there's some bad shit, but I tried to
Oh
take all the
yeah.
good shit and just keep the good shit. You know what I mean? So that's all I've tried to do. And like as far as like posting everything, um, when Jonathan was a baby, Jonathan's my oldest. When he was a baby, bro, we had everything on a video camera. His fucking when he was born, some of his first football games, stuff like that. Again, Facebook wasn't really around. I wasn't posting this shit on MySpace or nothing like that. But one of the things that happened
Mm,
was I didn't know how to
I
code
started
back
thinking of
then.
yeah. Code. Oh man.
Fuck, you weren't in my top 8, bro.
Oh.
Hey, I
Dang.
didn't. It wasn't because I couldn't change. It was because I couldn't work it. I didn't know how.
Yeah.
I just
Damn.
wanted people to know that I loved fucking Corn and Weezer. Uh,
Oh, we knew. We knew.
um. But one day my wife gets home. Well, we get home. My wife's like, "Were you looking for something upstairs?" I was like, "No, why?"
Oh.
She's like, "Oh, dude, like all the drawers are pulled out and shit like that." So I go upstairs. Sure enough, man, we got robbed. And they took the video camera.
Damn.
They took a video camera, and then we had a lot of shit stored on our computer. They took our computer. They got to see all my fucking good porn passwords and stuff like that. So
Mm.
fucked me up, bro. So that's why I store all that shit on Facebook now. So, there's people that have complained, and I've heard, and you don't hear complaints, but you hear people talk shit, and like you said, it says more about them than me. But that shit's always there now. Like, I can go back and look at an old fucking video, old fucking post. I look back
Yeah.
at some of the old shit that I post, and I'm like, this fucking guy gets on my nerves.
There's been times where something comes up and I'm like, what?
Did I
Like
really
4
say
words.
that? Yeah,
Yeah, I'm like, I don't even know
yeah,
what that
yeah,
means.
yeah. How fucked up was I?
Yeah.
Um,
Oh man. I'm the king. I'm the king of drunk posts.
oh, dude, me, it was like I'd quote music like so. You could always tell when I'm drinking now because you'll see fucking music posts pop up on my page and shit like that. Or I'll go on my wife's
Right.
fucking page. I'll go on my wife's page and I'll fucking start putting love songs to her.
Yeah.
So, all right, bro. I ranted long enough, which my people are used to, but they want to hear you a little bit. So let's talk about your podcast. Like, how did this come up? How did it start? What's going on?
Well, I'm usually a hater, especially with stuff that's new or whatever. But podcasts, like you said, have kind of always been familiar to whatever we were into somehow. I didn't think about
Yeah,
it, but when you said it right, like earlier, I'm like, oh, you know what? He's damn right. It's not like a year ago I was, oh, who's Joe Rogan? Now I'm podcast king or whatever. But nah, like they've
yeah,
always
yeah,
kind of
yeah.
been around. I follow a lot of like wrestling personality ones, like not really like wrestlers, but like the announcers or people in the business that have podcasts.
You
I
watch
like that. And
or
then
you listen to something to wrestle with?
nah, mainly I listen to Jericho's and I listen to Renee Paquette, Renee Young. She has
Yeah,
a good one.
I
And
expect that shit from you.
this yeah.
I used to listen to
But
Talk Is Jericho. I used to listen to Talk Is Jericho, but he changed when he got into AEW, dude. Like he changed. Like he started talking shit about WWE and stuff like that. He started becoming his personality in the ring on the podcast. When
oh, okay.
before, if you listen to his podcast like early, like I listened to like from the beginning, he used
Yeah, it
to
was more
talk about
unbiased.
yeah, he used to talk about how much of a genius Vince McMahon was and how smart the WWE machine is. And then he got into like a place where he started talking about how stupid his fans are. And he's like, these guys,
Look,
all I got to
we
do
are
is,
stupid though.
yeah. He's like, I just got to make a quote in a ring, put it on a t-shirt. It's sold a million shirts. Like, that's how easy it is.
Look, check it out. It was Ozfest. I forgot which year. It was at Verizon. I know Cradle Filth was there,
Mm-hmm.
but it was in one of the little side stages on the blacktop, and I saw Bubba Ray and Jericho, way in the back. Nobody even around him drinking beers, and I don't know why I did this, but I stood like right in front of him and was like, oh, I'm
Yeah,
blocking his view. I don't know why I thought he'd get a kick out of that.
yeah,
I mean, he didn't react. He didn't say nothing. He shook her hand, but I could tell he was like, this pissant.
yeah.
And then more people started coming, and then like they were like, "Fuck this!" So they had to go to the back. So I felt bad. I
Yeah.
wish I would have acted like more, more not really mature but respectful.
Yeah.
He's one of my favorite wrestlers. I'm pretty sure he was like wanted to smack me. I'm surprised Bubba Ray didn't smack me.
Yeah. He's a bad motherfucker. Now,
Yeah.
Jericho's legit. Like, he'll, like, they always talk about, like, him and Goldberg had a fight. He
Oh yeah.
legit fucked Goldberg up.
Yeah.
Now, I was a Jericho-holic, like, growing up. Like, I loved Ayatollah of Rock and Roller. It's current iteration, bro. Like, I don't understand it. Like, I was pissed that Omega didn't win the first championship match against Jericho. Like,
Yeah.
I was like, it's stupid. Like, I was that guy that fucking is telling all his friends here that would listen to him because I don't have a lot of friends that I talk wrestling with. But I was telling them,
Yeah.
dude, there's this fucking guy in Japan named Kenny Omega that is the best fucking wrestler in the world. And they were like, yeah, no, we're not watching your fucking. I get pissed because I work with a lot of Japanese. Ain't one of these motherfuckers talked NG New Japan Pro Wrestling with me. And like I know, like I'm a WWE mark, but I used to like New Japan back in the day. Like I thought Omega should have won the first AEW championship, and it would have been better for him. Like when Chris Jericho won it, it made it another one of these. Well, he's a old, like it's like indie wrestling. Like the old WWE guys come in and wrestle for the title. That's the way I felt.
The same thing Hogan was doing, but just on a smaller scale.
Bro, I say that all the fucking time. Like I'm like, Chris Jericho used to talk on his podcast how much he hated Hogan and the NWO back in the day for holding him down, and tell me he's not in the Hogan role, or he wasn't. But like at the beginning of AEW, he's basically in the Hogan role. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Now, the thing was back in the day, like this motherfucker could back up his shit. Like he had fucking 5-star fucking matches, or I use that term loosely because they seem to throw that with everything now. But like he had great fucking matches, and now it's just like, he fucking looks old, out of shape. There's a way to wrestle that way, but he's still trying to do.
I'm gonna cut you off because I think you're talking too much shit about Jericho. So I'm gonna cut you off and let me finish talking about. My podcast.
Okay, fine. Hey, he's still the Ayatollah of rock and roller.
Yeah. So I don't know what really did it. And it wasn't anything. I had been coming on my buddy's podcast. Hold on real quick.
What happened?
Thank you, Garcon. Get some refreshments. Okay, so yeah.
Okay,
so,
wait a minute. While we're paused on your story,
yeah.
Break the Walls or Judas? Better theme song.
Oh man, that's a tough one. I'd have to say Judas just because of the fan interaction, but I think that countdown it's up there with the glass shattering for Stone Cold. That was the best intro in wrestling.
Okay,
ever.
You play wrestling games?
Oh yeah.
When you do your creative wrestler, would you ever use Break the Walls or what themes would you use?
I would use like whatever generic theme or no theme. I would mean my guy like no frills, like just all black or.
Oh no, dude! I every one of my wrestlers to this fucking day, when they come out on that entrance ramp, they stand with their back like that. So, yeah,
I like the girl
motions. Do you remember the fucking? Okay, finish your story. I again, because we've talked about it for a long time, bro. Like we talked about it, and when you got on and you started doing your thing, like I was just like, oh man, again, I had to listen. So, where did that come from?
Like I said, I was on my buddies, and they talk about sci-fi movies, games, horror, everything extensively. These guys are like real geeks about it.
Yeah,
I'm casual. I'm casual as fuck on everything, and I'll admit it. I'm not an expert in many things, but I like the same amount as most people.
Like
we did a couple. What's up?
Lucky likes to say, and I quote him all the time, is we're nerds, we're not fucking nerds.
Yeah, that's true. That makes sense.
Yeah.
I consider myself a wrestling fan, but I'm not one of those fucking toxic motherfuckers going in for any side. I watch it all. That's no. I mean, you gotta like both. I've been. You don't even know how I've been bouncing around lately.
I don't like.
You'd be surprised where I'm at today.
Yeah, you're watching WWE.
Yeah. That shit's must see TV, bro.
Bro,
like, to hate a storyline but still be like fucking engulfed in it, like that's good fucking writing. Because I hate the whole bloodline shit,
dude. Bro,
no, I like it.
I have a brother-in-law that works for WWE. Did I ever tell you this? And he gets me he gets us in sometimes, right? So he got us into Royal Rumble. We're on the floor. I'm by myself because none of my kids like wrestling anymore. But dude, 50-something, 50-something thousand in the dome, bro. like crazy, going crazy. When that shit happened, when Sammy switched on Roman, bro, like fucking nuts. It went nuts
Electric.
in there.
Electric.
But I had my Cody Rhodes shirt on, but I still threw up the ones for Roman.
You gotta acknowledge him, bro. You don't. What are you, an asshole?
Yeah. Now, yeah. Now I liked your appearances on your friends' podcast. You want to shout them out?
Yeah. It's my buddy Gabriel, and he's got the nowhere. I'm dyslexic, so I might get it wrong. Well, maybe you can edit this out real quick. Just let me look it up. 'Cause he'll eat my ass if I.
Oh no, no, I ain't
say it
editing
wrong.
this shit out.
My buddy Gabe on the Nowhere X-1, and that one it's pretty cool. Like I said, I used to listen to it, and
Yeah,
he's always wanted me on just because. I mean, you have conversations with friends just randomly, you know, on the phone, text messages, whatever, and you're not recording nothing.
Yeah.
You're having funny shit, you know. You know you're funny. You're a
Yeah,
funny
yeah.
motherfucker. We both are.
yeah,
So I
yeah.
was just thinking, like, you know what? Like, I like this vibe, but then I was like, well, what if there was just not really no topic? I was just thinking, just instead of talking about other people's shit or other people's failures or accomplishments, I want to talk about people that I love and that I'm fans of, you know, and
Yeah,
you
yeah,
being
yeah.
one of them, definitely. Like you know,
Oh, dude.
Jose, good people, man.
Yeah,
Tony, you know, Antonio Perez.
Tony
Shout out to him.
Tone,
I still talk to that guy, man. I love that
best
dude like
barber
a
in
brother.
SA.
Fuck yeah, dude. You might be making a comeback, so watch out.
Oh yeah. What it?
So that's what I was thinking. I wanted to do that. But a couple of other episodes, it was kind of an experiment. I wanted to see how my phone picked up audio while we were drinking one night, me and three buddies, and
Yeah,
it was pretty random, nowhere conversations. There was some good little tidbits. So I like that aspect, but mainly what I really want to do is kind of a one-on-one thing with people whose story I think needs to be heard. You know, and it doesn't got to be nothing. Oh, this guy
yeah.
fucking got drafted in the second round. None of that shit. Like, no, this guy holds it down for his family. This guy, he has his own business. He has his own podcast. He has his own barbecue, you know, joint. Shit like that, you know? That's what I want to celebrate.
Like I always wanted to do like basically kind of what we're doing now, and you know the Now Watch This kind of came from Luck and his idea, and I was just happy to get on a show with him. But I always told him like I want to do a show with people where, for me, I think everyone has a story, right? Like it doesn't matter, you know. Sometimes you know doesn't matter where the story ends up or you know the accomplishments of the story, stuff like that. It's just they have a story. Where'd they come from? You know, where are they at now? You know, shit like that. We all have a story, you know.
Like
And I kind of
one thing I
wanted to
said,
talk. Yeah. Yeah, I always wanted to talk to people about that. Now, what I found in doing the show, because dude, there's been times like I liked your fucking second episode. Like your second episode, bro, was fucking raw and to me was great because as long as I've known you, you've never been an open fucking guy, right?
yeah, and
You know,
I
and
didn't realize that about myself.
yeah, for the most part,
Yeah.
we all are, right? Like most men are.
Mm-hmm.
And you, bro, like you know, you let yourself kind of be seen, and I was proud of you. Like I was just like, man, like like you know, here's a guy that you know, again, let's not hinge on the fact that you know you're two older boys. I think one of them's in the service now.
Yeah.
But you know you've helped you've raised them. And then you know and now you know you have again y'all are crazy for doing it, but y'all there's a big gap between your older kids and your younger kids, and now I see y'all are going through that again, and just to kind of see you do that and see you
That's where
become
all the great
that kind
comes
of
in.
dad, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah. to see you do that again. I've been proud of you, but like I said, one of the most things that I'm happy for you about that you're doing the show now is what's helped me and the show is it's given me an outlet, like to say some of this shit or to get some of this stuff out. Like, and like sometimes, dude, you're having a fucking shit week, and you get on the show and you talk, like we're doing now, and afterwards you just feel better about it. You know what I mean?
I mean, I'm gonna fucking drop a bombshell. Like, not even being funny, not even being serious. At the time when I was really in that mindset, to I'm gonna record, I'm gonna do something, I'm gonna just speak, right? At the time was like, man. At the time, my mindset was, and not to worry anybody. I was like, I don't think I'm gonna be here next week. So I want to leave. I don't want to sound morbid and say I wanted to leave.
No.
A digital suicide note. It's nothing like that. I was just in the mindset where I didn't give a shit. I didn't care about crying or being just a fucking open nerve. There was like no fear. It was, and that sounds bad, but
no.
I mean, obviously it helped. It was really therapeutic, and then I was like, okay, I'm onto something, at least for myself. And like I said, whether 2 people hear it or 100 people, like, it's still me putting something out there, and just being able to reflect in real time, I guess.
Bro, like, well, that's where the not long for this pod name comes from, at least. But for me, like, when I heard you, and I mean, you can attest to this. As soon as I heard your show, like, through different parts of the show, I'm texting you, like, bro, like, hey, like, bro, I'm here for you. Hey, we're gonna talk. Let's get on this shit and do this. And because, like I said, for me, that's what the show does for me. Me and Lucky's 3rd show in, we're watching Field of Dreams together, and this is like people assume that me and this dude have known each other for the longest time. We hadn't at this point. He's like one of my best friends now, but we hadn't at this point. And man, we're crying together. Like, I mean, what fucking heartless motherfucker can't watch Field of Dreams and cry? But again, it's for us, and I'll say it like this: it's like we probably both feel like we haven't been heard in a long time. That was my 3rd show in. This was your 2nd show by yourself or whatever.
Yeah. And
we're finally fucking letting shit out. You know what I mean? And I feel like I've done that throughout the show. We tend to keep it a little bit, try to keep it light, but at the same time, one of the best things about our podcast is that we keep it real, and we keep it fucking matter of fact. And hey, there's gonna be times that we watch these movies that bring out these feelings in us because that's why we like these movies. You know what I mean? And so you gotta let those shit come out, because I'll say it like Jimmy Valvano, he died of brain cancer. I don't know if you've ever seen his speech on ESPN.
It's been a while,
but he says, to laugh, to cry, to feel all these things it's a full day for you. Like, it's a good day for you. So, I guess as a man or as a guy, like, we used to be ashamed of that, but we shouldn't fucking be, man, because then if we're trying to be ashamed of it, then we show our kids that, our sons, that you can't do that. And I know you, I know me, our kids aren't getting raised as hard as probably we did. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I don't know. I got my little girl. She's like the biggest smartass. I trained her too damn well,
bro.
But it's okay. She's gonna be all right out there.
Here's the thing, daughters. Like my sons are like, bro. Like, are you gonna tell her something? I'm like, no. Good job. Like, when she's like, she's shooting the finger at them or something. But nah, man, like she gets away with murder, bro. And you know what I mean? She's my daughter. Like, You know, um, she's gonna learn what a good man is from me.
Yep.
Before she has to deal with some asshole down the line. And
Oh yeah.
I feel lucky. I don't know if you feel this way too, but that she has older brothers too that that are kind of assholes just in case anyone wants to really fuck with her. You know what I mean?
I think they're lucky that they have her. Actually,
Oh, oh.
my little girl's the one that goes around opening jars for her older brothers. Put it in the Capri Sun straw for my little boy. He's a year older, a year and a half.
Yeah,
Opening his Gatorade.
killing bugs for them when they're scared.
Nah, she's still a little princess when it comes to bugs or anything.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, dude, this one has a mouth on her, like fucking like, and just smart ass about shit, right? Like me and my wife, we laughed about it now, but like at the time, we kind of looked at her like, bitch, like 'cause she was like, she goes, my wife had gotten some food, and like, right now that she's going through the chemo treatments, right now she's going through the chemo treatments, her taste buds aren't working. And my daughter, like, they had the food, right, or they're talking about getting the food, and she's like, oh, but you can't taste it, can you? Poor you. And like, it was just like, oh, and we just both kind of looked at her like, and she's like, fucking laugh. Like, I know you want to laugh. And I'm like, yeah, dude, like, when they say kids say the darndest things, they ain't lying.
Oh yeah, I believe it. I think they'd get along with me and Zoe.
Yeah,
definitely. Not yet.
um,
The world ain't ready for that yet. So,
dude, I talk about like, I eventually kind of, like, I've asked my wife already, but like, I want to record a show with them, to put it on.
oh yeah,
Do you ever think about that?
yeah. Just today, well, I already kind of talked about it with Mia. I'm like, because I told her I was doing one the other day, or I was editing,
Hmm.
and she didn't ask me because I don't even think she knows. She knows what it is in a way, but she doesn't have it in her frame of mind that it's something she can do or she can be on. But
Yeah,
I brought it up. But yeah, we can do one. We can just talk, me and you. I go, because you're so silly, and I want everybody to see how silly you are. And even
yeah,
today,
yeah,
Becky's like, "Well, when are you gonna have me on?" I'm like, "Well, like, I didn't think you wanted to be on." My wife, I think
yeah, yeah,
it interested you. And then she's like, "Well, I don't know what I talk about." I go, "You have a lot to talk about, being
yeah, yeah,
young and hustling, being a young single pregnant chick,
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, you had your parents, but that's still a struggle. It's still a lot of shit to, there's a story everywhere, and I want to hear everything.
And
I want I want everybody to have something from someone somehow. I want to make it so big to where, you know, you're gonna miss somebody when they're gone, but at least you have something to, kind of just listen to. You want to hear somebody's voice. How many
yeah,
they've done it a lot of times in movies where someone's calling a voicemail, just to hear that voice over and over.
yeah,
They did it
yeah.
on Avengers, they did it on Breaking Bad, or Captain America. I don't know which one it was. And I was like, well, that's kind of
Well,
cool, and it's
yeah,
fucking heartbreaking, but I would want 2 hours to hear somebody that that used to make me laugh.
yeah. No, dude,
And we have a lot of those.
I've been in dark places before, and it's been like, well, I've had that thought, like, hey, man, like, well, maybe, after I'm gone, then they'll listen to my fucking podcast.
Yeah,
Yeah, I hate to be that way, but it's part of the reason I do it. So, like, after I'm gone, they will always have these fucking things. You know what I mean? And that
yeah,
would be a reason to do it with them. Is that you're always gonna have this moment and shit like that, because
yeah.
I watch a lot of stupid shit, but one of the craziest things, or one of the best things that I do, that I like to do, is watch old YouTube videos that I've made of my kids, either working out or doing sports and stuff like that. Like, I tell you, more often than not, man, like, you'll see me fucking watching those old videos of when my kid was fucking 5, and he's giving me the player of the game baseball that he got, and here you can put this here and stuff like that, and then to hear their voice at that age,
Yeah, Oh
fucking
man.
takes you back, bro, and you just fucking again, it's another reason to like, fucking chronicle your kids, man. Like fucking
For
post a
real.
fucking video that you didn't want to post, you know, they said something fucked up, just fucking post it anyway, because
Yep.
uh, you know,
Because that's
that's
them.
kids are great, man. Like I say so much about it. Now we're getting to the point like where we're almost those parents that are like, oh
Hold
fuck
on, give
these
me
kids,
like
man, we're
10
going.
seconds. Okay.
All right. No, you're good. Go ahead. All right. All right, guys. Age is leaving us right now. I'm gonna keep recording because I don't want to have to edit this out. But I hope you guys are liking the conversation. I know it's a little one sided, but I can't seem to shut up. So y'all just have to deal with me. Um, I don't want y'all to worry. My boy Luck is coming back. And he's coming back with a vengeance. But I gotta show y'all this fucking thing Luck got me. It's a Bigfoot foot. And
Alright.
oh, I'm sorry. I was just showing the watchers the present that my boy Luck got me for my birthday. A Bigfoot foot. Shit.
Doesn't look too big. I've seen bigger.
Well, I'm a grower, not a shower. So, all right, y'all good?
Yeah, man. I'm good.
All right. So I just saw you dropped an episode today. What? I didn't get to listen to it yet. But you dropped another one today, right?
Yeah, it was something I recorded last week. I was on a drive, and
Mm-hmm.
I go into it on the episode, but it's real quick. It's nothing extravagant. I was on the east side. There was some black dude pissing, like right there at the bus stop. Like not behind the
Yeah.
bus. He was at the bus stop, standing up, just pissing. And I'm driving. I'm like, and before I even caught his gaze, he's already looking at me like drawing, like man, what are you looking at? I'm like,
Oh.
like what? You're the one pissing? I'm
He
just
was
looking.
writing
Like
your
I'm not
name
trying
on
to
the
look
wall.
at you. He was by no wall. He was right there by the street, dude.
Yeah.
Just pissing.
Well, it's the shock of it all, right? That you're like, you're not looking, but you're like, what the fuck?
Now, if I would have busted my phone out, then that's something different. I was just like, this motherfucker. Only on the east side. And everywhere else. And everywhere else in San Antonio.
You'd have been
So I
viral.
was just recording some thank yous. Yeah, probably. I was just recording a little bit of thank yous because I did get a good little response. I reached out to a couple people. Hey, just let you know this is out there.
Yeah.
You don't gotta listen, just follow. I mean, I don't know what the intention was. At first, originally, like I don't want to say early on because it's only been about an idea for like about a month. But I wasn't even gonna tell anybody about it. I was just gonna release it, and not to be anonymous, just just because I don't want to make it about me. And by telling people about it, it's putting focus on me. But I think I was so proud of what I ended up getting. I was proud of the message, and I was proud of myself. So I wanted to share it. I wasn't embarrassed one bit.
Yeah, and here was the other thing about it is I saw your wife shared it. And and I gotta say, like, 'cause, I've known y'all both for a very long time. I think it is what it is. It's a fucking Facebook post, but you could sense the pride that she had, and how happy she kind of was for you posting it. Now, I'll say this as a person that that has a that has a podcast and a wife. They're not always that enthusiastic about you recording and putting shit out there, but it was good. It was good. Like I was happy to see it, man, and I was just like, again, like, it is what it is. I was happy and glad for you, man, that you were putting it out there again. Because like you said, you're not one to put yourself out there. You know what I mean? Or even try to have any focus on you. And I didn't feel that way at all. Like I didn't feel like you were trying to look at me, look at me. Because again, I know you, and I know that's not you. But you know, I liked how raw it was. I liked how open you were, and how funny you were. Now I got to go back to your first show though. That like
it's like two different. Yeah, it's apples and oranges.
Yeah, it is, but it kind of shows if anyone listens. Because when I listen to a podcast, I don't know about you, but I go back to the beginning. I'm a fucking like these guys that I'm friends with now that I do their shows. I started from the beginning. Like I remember telling shit to Luck about some of his early episodes, and he was like, "I did that. I said that. Like I don't remember." and he's like, refresh my memory, and then I feel like the biggest fucking mark or nerd or whatever the fuck you want to call it. But I don't know, man. Like I'm a completist, I guess. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
like if I'm listening to something, like I want to go back to the origins. Now your show, like you listen to the first one, you listen to the second one, you're like, oh, this motherfucker's gonna go everywhere. You know, he's gonna have these ones that it's cool. Like we, you know, like you talk about, you know, you're talking with your friends and stuff like that. But he's gonna have these ones that are like intimate, like that are gonna be more about him and stuff like that. So again, to see the difference and stuff like that was great to me. Now I'll tell you how I felt with your first one is I felt like a friend in the room, just listening to friends talk. You know what I mean?
You laugh? Did it make you laugh?
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, again, I'm one of these fucking people that love paranormal shit. So once y'all started talking about, you know, the different ghost stories and stuff like that, I thought it was funny.
Those guys are the ones to talk to. You know, like
Yeah.
I mean, they talked about using the Ouija board. I never did shit like that. You know, like never. And
No.
not the way they were doing it.
Nah. Yeah. Okay. I was a dumb fucking kid that
I was more of a Candyland man myself.
Oh, my wife has talked about like oh we should get one of those. Fuck you. You can get one of those in my house. Like no fucking way. That's what takes me out of a lot of like the scary movies like that. Once those motherfuckers bring that Ouija board out and they start playing with it, I'm like, oh, they deserved it. Fuck them. But no, I really enjoyed it.
You know,
like,
they had some good stories.
Yeah, they did. But I liked your kind of really like they were telling you the story and you're just kind of following along like, oh shit, like no fuck, are you serious? And then
yeah, I was really invested.
yeah. And then here was the thing too though, like then because what we try to talk about, like we talk about movies and stuff on our show, but we talk about how we related to those movies. And then you kind of talked about how you related to those stories growing up when they were told to you, like how you heard it, like, hey, you know, this guy said this guy did this, stuff like that. So again, I really liked it. Like I think that's the way a lot of podcasts should feel. Like a lot of them get into this fucking interviewee kind of show and they have these beats, pop, 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 pop. But the podcast that I kind of started listening to and liked, not saying growing up, but as podcasts became popular, were the ones that they were just sitting around shooting the shit, and it wasn't necessarily a topic or something like that. It's just different shit we're talking. Yeah.
And not that there's anything wrong with any.
No, yeah, there's nothing.
There's something for everybody, and it's not that I'm actively trying to be different, or it's more out of laziness, actually.
Yeah,
and I like improv in any form. Wrestling, improv, comedian, beef, like fucking what do you call it? Like beef, rap battles, shit like that.
Oh, do you like that? Do you like that video series, Beef? Yeah, I did too.
Yeah. Wait, were you talking about the Asian people?
The
Or
Asian
no? What
people?
are you talking about?
No, okay, like um um I'm trying to think of the channel I saw it on, but I
It's
don't
the
want to
rap
say
one, right?
yeah, I don't want to say BET, but it was a show
It might
called
have been
Beef.
MTV
It-
Two, VH1, maybe.
yeah, it was like Beef
Yeah.
One, Beef Two, Beef Three, and Beef Four, and they just talked about different rap beefs like
Yeah.
throughout the years. That one?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I like that
No,
one.
not. I'm talking about just like I'm talking about just like rap battles, like underground
Oh,
rap battles and shit like
like
that.
like
Just
Eight
on the
Mile,
fly.
like
Yeah, I
Eight
guess kind
Mile.
of.
That was your favorite movie. You're like,
Nah.
Joe, you only have one shot. Do not miss your
I've
chance
only
to blow.
I've only seen that movie once, believe it or not.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's a good movie. There's some movies that I love that I like that I only saw once, and there's some that I've seen 1,000 times.
Oh, fuck it. Let's get into that.
Well, you don't want to go on your favorite kind of ghost stories? Because I was gonna ask you
No.
what's
I'll tell you that, but let's let it get a little bit later. It's
okay.
not midnight yet. Once it turns midnight, then we'll start talking about ghosts and goblins. But you brought up a topic. You have movies that you like that you've only
Hmm.
seen one time. Is it because like I like the movie The Mist, but that ending is
Hmm.
so fucked up. Have you seen The Mist?
Yes, I read the book.
Oh,
Yeah,
look at you, smart
no,
guy.
but I saw the movie first.
You,
Nah, I saw the movie first.
yeah. See, and you say you're dyslexic, but you read the book. Uh huh. Um.
It took me like 4 years. Yeah.
uh.
No, yeah, that's just one that I like. Pan's Labyrinth. I don't think I can ever watch that movie ever again.
It's
But it
just
was a
so
good
fucked
movie.
up, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
But the ending of The Mist, man, that's so fucked up. I hate it. Like
Yeah.
it kills the movie for me. You know. Um.
I mean,
You know.
it was good, but it was cheap heat, as they say.
Let's go home eat. Okay. What do you think about like is it like okay? Do you feel now like are you a Marvel fan? Like the Marvel movies?
Yeah, I like a little bit of everything. I don't
Now,
pick sides.
I'm not saying Marvel DC.
I'm just
Quit
saying.
quit being so defensive about AEW.
Somebody thought
Goddamn
that as soon as you said it, somebody's like, "Oh, here we go." But now, go ahead.
it. Fuck everyone. I like them both. I like DC more, but anyways, like a lot of the Marvel shit now because it's all connected, it feels like you have to watch.
Oh no,
No, you don't feel that way?
I didn't do that. I saw WandaVision, and that was it.
Oh,
I didn't see
okay.
Loki. I didn't see Falcon, even though Becky was like, "Oh, it's good. You'll like it. I know you'll like it." But I'm like, I didn't watch Loki.
Loki's pretty good though.
I mean, it does. I see memes, and you kind of can grasp what's going on with the memes and different posts or whatever.
Yeah.
But it's not. I mean, I
Loki
saw
is
Ant Man,
Loki good.
and I wasn't lost. You know what I mean? I was like, okay.
Yeah.
I mean, this guy controls time or whatever the fuck he does, and I knew he was the big bad at the end of Loki. So I don't know. It's not important. Before I had to consume everything, or else I felt like I was missing out on something. And now I'm like, I don't. I'll figure it out. And if I don't,
But
it's
like
okay.
growing up as a kid, what was your did you have either favorite like shows, movies?
Like as a kid,
Yeah, like did
um,
you watch X-Men the animated series or Spider-Man?
I watched Spider-Man,
Yeah,
100%.
that show
X-Men,
was badass.
yeah. Did X-Men come on during the week or on Saturdays? I don't
I don't
remember.
know. I think it was
I know.
there was a pretty good wow when fucking I know we weren't exactly kids, but Fox Kids had a fucking excellent
Yeah,
fucking lineup.
yeah,
Uh Batman, Spider-Man, X-Men, Superman.
yeah. They
Um
had the Superman animated series. That was
yeah.
cool. I liked the Ninja Turtles, of course, the Mario Brother cartoon, and Spider-Man. Like I like X-Men, but mostly from the comics.
Mm-hmm.
Not that I was some comic expert, but I always loved X-Men. I always loved Wolverine. Like who the fuck doesn't?
So, were you a big
Those are my
comics
shows.
reader when you were a kid?
Yeah, my buddy, his dad always bought him comics, and so we kind of, we just would read them together or whatever. And then I remember back in the day when HEB in the magazine rack they had comics, and I remember seeing it was the issue where Superman was racing the Flash. So I was little,
Mm-hmm.
and I remember like fucking reading the whole thing there. I don't think I bought it, but I just remember just liking comics. I wish I knew what year that was. I was old enough to be by myself at HEB, so I mean, I don't know. Who knows? That's another
but
story.
us and kids nowadays, it's two different fucking things, man. There's shit that I did that I wouldn't
Motherfuckers are
even.
getting kidnapped, though.
Yeah. Yeah. My wife still is like, my son's 16, taking out the trash, and she's like, "Be careful out there." And I'm like, "Who the fuck's gonna take his ass? He's like 6'1". No one's gonna touch him. He's bigger than me. What the fuck am I gonna do?
She'll say that about the little ones. I'm like, I want to see somebody pick these guys up. If they can pick them up, I'm gonna be like, you earned it.
Be ready. They're gonna bring him back in about an hour.
Yeah, with back problems.
Yeah, I remember I got into comics like I was about 8 years old. I remember. We had lived in kind of the north side for the longest time, and we moved to the southeast side. And it was a cool place. It was a nice place. I didn't know anyone fucking there, but there was this strip right there on there's a strip where they had this place called Floyd's Hamburgers.
Oh yeah.
And right around there was some shops, and in that shops there was a little fucking tucked away fucking comic book shop. And my mom was one of these that's like, "Hey, during the day, get the fuck out." Get out, go outside and play. And me and my brother would mosey around to that comic book shop, and I'd sit in that comic book shop and just fucking read. Became friends with, kind of not friends, but like I'm sure they felt sorry for me because I'd always be one of these kids that would come in, read off the rack that you could read off of, and never buy anything. And one day the dude fucking turned me on to 1988, 89, I think Dark Knight Returns had just came out. And
okay. Oh wow.
That fucking that hooked me to Batman fucking forever.
Man, I didn't read that till way later.
That's awesome. And then 89 Batman comes out. Now at this point, the only Batman we knew, except for the comic book Batman, was 66 Batman. If you remember, that shit would come out like after Gilligan's Island or something. Yeah. They'd show that old ass black and white Superman, and then they'd show the Batman series, and I always liked watching that. So that's what got me hooked to Batman, man, and I've always loved Batman ever since.
Believe it or not, I tell people this, or I've said it, that's where my love for the Joker came from, Cesar Romero. Because my grandpa was always like, talk about Cesar Romero. I don't know what Spaniard or Italian. I don't know what he was, but my grandpa was like, he was Mexican enough for him, so he always talked him up. So that's where my love for Joker. Like, and I've answered on posts, who's your favorite Joker? I'm like, fucking Cesar Romero, dude.
I mean, my favorite Joker? Wow. I wasn't prepared for this kind of question, bro. I mean, I was ready to talk about my life.
There's no wrong answer, bro.
No, I was ready to talk about life and death, and you want to ask me who's my favorite Joker? Like, that's personal stuff.
Well, let's hear it. You can't be worse than mine in some people's eyes. So
no. Again, it's a cop out answer. I always like.
I could tell.
No. I always like Camel. In the cartoon series, the animated series, it is a cop out, right? Like, so I'll say, like, I'm gonna say this. I like them all. I like that Romero fucking painted his mustache white. Like they wanted him to shave it, and he was just like, "Fuck you, I ain't shaving it." Like, you know, so they just painted his mustache white. Um, I like Nicholson. I don't know if I appreciated it as much when I was 9 years old, when Batman came out, but I appreciate it more now, like knowing how big of an actor he was or he is. But
Yeah. At the time, he was up there.
Ledger's Joker kind of does it for me. Um, and the reason being is I heard Paul Dini. Paul Dini writes for the Batman animated series. He talks about like if the Joker came around and you saw the Joker, like you'd be scared of him. Um, the Joker, like say you're at an ATM and you turn around and the Joker's just standing there looking at you, like you'd fucking freak out. You'd be scared. Um, he likened it to a tiger in the woods or in the jungle. Like you don't know what's gonna fucking happen, but you just know like you need to be worried. Um, it could walk by you and leave you alone, or it could fucking fuck you up. And you kind of felt that, like you felt that uneasiness, that scariness with Ledger's Joker. Like Nicholson played it a little campy, and I feel that it kind of hurt Batman in the later stages, is because you saw Batman Returns. Danny DeVito does a great job, but to me, the villains outshine Batman.
Yeah.
You know, you get into Batman Forever, and fucking Tommy Lee Jones is just doing a split image of fucking Nicholson's Joker. He's acting the same way. He's chewing up scenery, which is fine and everything, but I always wanted a more animated series type of Two-Face. So I gotta say Ledger, bro. Like I know it's easy to say, like he won an Oscar and shit like that, but dude, like that Joker really scared you. Now,
Could he have been another character other than Joker on that movie?
Ledger?
Yeah, could it have been a whole other character, but that same performance? Do you think it was just a performance or the character? Like, could he have been Scarecrow acting like that, or the Riddler? He was kind of doing Riddler shit on that.
I think he could have been. He could have been a Riddler type. Now, I like the way that Paul Dano did the Riddler. Like that shit's scary to me. But yeah, I don't know. Like I liked him playing the Joker, because he was just fucking all over the place. Like, you know, I know we don't get the. I don't know if we got enough of the iconic laugh from him, but everything else, like I thought we did. He did a great job. I'm gonna say this, and I probably get shit for it. I didn't mind Jared Leto's Joker.
Me neither. I was gonna bring that up right now. The only reason he went that route, because if he would have done anything that even resembled Heath Ledger, they would have fucking killed him for it. And what happened? He got killed anyways. So
yeah, and he did a good job. Like if you look at the stills,
he was scary.
Yeah, if you look at the stills of him compared to Joker in the comics, there was shit that looked exactly the same. Like he got fucked so hard, and I hear that there's an Ayer cut of this fucking movie of that first Suicide Squad. I want to see that shit.
Yeah, because there's a lot of shit they cut out. There's Funko Pops versions of him in the movie that aren't even in the movie. So it's like, what the hell, you know? Like they never show him all burnt on the side, and so I would like to see that, because the Snyder cut was, I don't care if they shot more of it like brand new, you know. I don't think it was just all shit they already had that they hadn't compiled. I'm pretty sure they reshot shit, which is okay because it was a masterpiece.
Yeah,
and the same thing for the Man of Steel, the uncut Man of Steel is fucking. You watch that movie compared to the theatrical release, nothing flows, and that it's long, 3 hours, almost 4. It's a good cut. I like it. I would like to see the Suicide Squad one.
And that's
Will Smith
why
was badass in that movie.
Dude, he was. And even Margot Robbie playing Harley Quinn. I thought she was great. And even Margot Robbie playing Harley Quinn. I thought she was great. And even Margot Robbie playing Harley Quinn. I thought she was great. And even Margot Robbie playing Harley Quinn. I thought she was great. And even Margot Robbie playing Harley Quinn. I thought she was great. the guy playing Rick Flag, I thought was great. Like fucking
Yeah.
God, I'm pissing myself off right now that I can't think of her name. Viola Davis.
Yo, yeah, I love her.
And it's not only that, it's her playing Amanda Waller. Who the fuck ever thought we're gonna see someone like Amanda Waller on a movie like back in the day?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And just to be a total twat like the way she is, like
Oh, dude, what is it? Is it in the second one where she just shoots all those fucking people? Like, oh my god, like she's fucking,
yeah.
she's a badass, bro. Um, I love I'll say it right now. I like Affleck as Batman.
Mhm.
I like Affleck as Bruce fucking Wayne. Um, you ever see that Jimmy Kimmel fucking video where
Mm-mm.
he's like Bruce Wayne, Batman, or Batman, Superman, video?
Nah, I don't think so.
Oh, bro, it's so fucking funny. Like, they play the scene like they're at Luther's fucking thing at you know that scene where uh in Batman vs Superman they're at Luther's fucking dinner or whatever,
Or
and
like the
Bruce
funnies or
Wayne and
whatever.
and Bruce Wayne and Clark Kent are there. Um,
Yeah.
so they kind of fucking come face to face, and they're talking, and Jimmy Kimmel plays like a drunk party guest there, and he's like, "Hey man, like, anyone ever tell you kind of look like Superman?" And he's like, no. And he tells Bruce Wayne, he's like, yeah, he looks like Superman, right? And he's like, nah. He's wearing glasses. Superman can read, you know? He's like, no, he looks like Superman. And he gives Bruce he gives Ben Affleck his phone. He's like, take a picture of us. So Affleck picks up his phone and he's like this. And he's like, wait a minute, you're Batman. He's like, I'm not Batman. He's like, no, you are Batman. And as he's saying that, I can't think of his name, but the guy that plays Lex Luthor comes up,
Oh yeah.
and he's like,
Heisenberg.
hey, yeah. He's like, hey, look, it's Batman and Superman. He's like, no, it's not. It's Bruce Wayne and Clark Kent. Like, you know, Superman don't wear glasses. And Jimmy Kimmel takes his glasses off, and fucking fucking Lex Luthor's there, like, oh my god, like I can't believe it.
I've never seen that.
Yeah, so he fucking walks away, and then so they're fucking talking, and you know they like shoot Jimmy Kimmel away, and he's talking in the background. Yeah, Batman and Superman are here. Yeah, it's crazy. And then you hear, what? I'm Batman. And they turn around and it's fucking Lego Batman.
Oh shit.
And all three of them at the same point fucking say, no one cares about Lego Batman. And he's like, your kids do. And fucking walks away. It's a funny fucking scene, man. You gotta see it.
Yeah, I need to check it out.
But yeah, man, like I was one of those motherfuckers that stayed up till 4 a.m. when the Snyder Cut came up, watched it in its entirety, went to work all fucking tired, came home, watched it again. I probably fell asleep like in the middle of it, and then woke up and saw the end of it again. I fucking love Dark Side at the end. Like,
yeah.
I'm so sad that they didn't come out. But what do you think about like James Gunn taking over the universe now?
I don't know. I don't think. I don't know if he can cut it, if he's gonna be able to handle that much. He's gonna try and he's gonna do it, but
it's
I'm
a
not
big
expecting
fucking task.
It is. It's kind of like getting somebody that's fucking funny, like Chris Rock, and putting them in charge of a show that's not just comedy. You know, he's gonna have to do tell all kinds of other stories, and he can tell a story. And his movies have heart, because I mean, all his movies made me cry pretty much.
Yeah.
It's not super Slither, but Definitely the
Oh,
Guardians.
I fucking love you that you fucking brought up Slither. You motherfucker. I love that
It's a
movie.
good one. Even that movie, for being a creepy, nasty sci-fi, it's got heart.
Yeah.
You know, Super. That one's good too. I don't know if you've seen that one.
Yeah, with Rainn Wilson.
Yeah, that's a good one. But
Yeah.
I'm pulling for him. I don't really have an opinion on him. Like, even with the whole shit where he got canceled, I was bummed when he did for saying stupid shit. You know, we all say. I mean, imagine half of the shit we said was public knowledge.
Yeah.
You know, come on. So I wasn't really like mad at him.
I want to say I tell my kids all the time, like, I'm glad they didn't have fucking cell phone cameras when we were fucking kids, like, cause fuck. Yeah. No.
So I'm pulling for him because I don't want to see anybody fall. I'm pulling for him. I don't really feel very strong that they took Superman and recast him. Like, I don't feel that strong about things, in a sense. I don't feel like it was done to me personally. Some people feel like it was done to them personally.
Oh yeah. I have a good friend that I like to give him shit, but you know, he was fucking posting fire gun and shit like that. I don't get that much into it except to fuck with people. Like, even the wrestling thing, I think I do a lot of the shit that I do just to fuck with people because it's fun.
I used to be like that, really hardcore. I toned down, but I see what you're saying.
If I can rile somebody up or kind of make someone just feel a certain way because I laughed at something they said or something like that, like, and I can kind of get on their nerves a little bit, don't let me know I can, because then I'm gonna fucking touch that nerve all day. Like,
but what's funnier is that they don't even know what you're doing. They just think they just think your opinion is different from theirs.
Yeah. And I'm like, I don't give that much of a fuck about it, bro. I'm just trolling your ass.
Yeah, same here.
It's fun to fuck with people. It's probably my favorite thing to do.
So, like, my buddy on the other podcast that he has, I'm kind of not really looked down upon, but I'm a guy that likes everything. I don't really I don't really hate anything.
Yeah.
And I guess I'm like that, but I think it's good for me, you know? It's too exhausting to hate shit, especially hate shit that I'm supposed to love, that I claim that I love. And I don't think that's a bad thing to like stuff. I've heard the term fan service. Oh, Bumblebee was that movie sucked. That whole scene with the G1 robots was a fan service. Like, well, duh, like, who are you writing a movie for?
Yeah, hey,
you know, you're mad because they're putting something that fans would want to see, and the people that are doing it are fans. You know, they just have more resources to
to do it,
to do it. You know.
Yeah.
So I don't get that. I don't go as hard in those kind of arguments, just because it's just exhausting. But I do like a lot of stuff. Black Adam I hate. I would say I hate Black Adam. I haven't seen it, and I'm not gonna ever watch it.
No, you can't. You can't say you hate it if you haven't seen it. Like, I think you got to see it. If you're gonna hate it, like, see it and then hate it. Don't fucking say I hate it. I'm never gonna watch that. Come on.
Have you seen it?
Yeah. I didn't hate it, but it's alright.
Does it suck?
No, it don't suck. The kid skateboarding in it, pretty cool. I like him.
The Rock is the opposite of Gary Oldman.
Oh,
I can't
dude.
fuck with that.
No, fucking The Rock does some good roles. There's this one scene where he's like, he gets this guy, and he's like, oh, well, who are you? And he's like, well, I'm this guy. And he's like, it doesn't matter who you are.
It doesn't matter. He does not say that.
No, I'm just fucking with you. It's pretty funny though, right? If he did.
I saw that joke. Okay. I saw that joke coming a mile away, bro.
No. There's this other part. There's the other part where he's beating up this guy, right? And the guy falls down, and then he goes and he does the fucking people's elbow to him. All right, that doesn't happen either. But
does he bust out the acoustic?
No. Well, he's beating the guy, right? And he's about to beat him, and then you just hear glass break, right? And then fucking Snow Cold walks in. It's like, what the fuck?
Okay, maybe I do need to watch it.
Yeah, no, I just wrote a better movie. DC, call me. Copyright Joe and Adrian.
Right.
Oh man. Okay. Again, I don't know. We're coming up in about an hour and a half mark. I'm still good. Are you still good? Like I don't, I don't want to get you in trouble with the wifey or anything like that. Um,
That's
we're
the
all
trick.
good.
The trick is to stay in trouble, so you'll
Oh,
never get in trouble.
you're like fucking Bruce Banner in that way.
That's me. That's me,
You
bro.
know, and I'm always angry.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's how I live my life.
No, for me, it's always another way, and that way people can't tell if I am or I'm not. So they're just like, "Is he? Nah, that's the way he always acts. Oh, I am." You know what I'm talking. Um, Now, one of the things I loved again that y'all got into the paranormal shit, in your podcast, and I was like, I want to talk to Adrian about some of this shit, like because, you know where I work at, it's right there in that area, where the Donkey Lady
Oh,
Bridge
no
was
shit.
at,
Yeah,
where the ghost tracks
everything.
were at. Now, when you were there, you worked in an area that people rumored to be haunted at our workplace. Do you have anything like that? Or did
Okay,
you ever hear
so
any of the stories?
I never heard. Now that you mention it, like I saw something myself, but I just never talked about it. I
Mhm.
might have told my wife. I don't know if it was sleep deprivation because we were always all going in just fucking on 2-3 hours of sleep,
Yeah.
and I thought we were all partying together. It just we were just like that. I mean, plus we had
No.
to change our schedule all the time, so we were never in any kind of like good sleep schedule.
That
But
fucking that schedule when you're going from night shift to day shift, that next Monday you're a fucking zombie. Like I don't care how you fucking flip it, you're a fucking zombie that day, and that whole week you're probably fucked that whole week because you're just a fucking zombie going through the motions. Like I feel bad for you
we didn't
guys
go home and
'cause,
sleep.
yeah,
We
like you
didn't.
guys that have to operate machinery and shit like that. That's why people give me shit. Like I wasn't never gonna fucking do that. So I never gave my forklift drivers shit. I never gave the forklift drivers shit because one, I'm not gonna do that shit. Like why the fuck am I gonna talk shit to them? That's why I was always good with all the forklift drivers. It's good to make friends.
Yeah,
But
you're
what
not
did you
being
see,
you're not
bro?
being a dick. I think at this point I was on one of the tuggers, and I remember driving by. No, I was on a forklift actually, and I was putting away material, and it's these big metal cases, or I don't know what you'd call them, bins,
Mm,
container, right?
yeah, yeah.
They're big and they're metal and they're stackable, and we would put them in sections, and there was space between them. And at one point, I was driving by, and I felt like I saw something like in one of those spaces, just looking at me, and it was enough to like jolt me. So I kept going, doing what I was doing, and I went a whole other way just because that's the route I was taking. And then later on, I remember going past it again, and I saw something again, and I was like, "What the hell?" And it freaked me out because it didn't seem supernatural, which it felt evil. You
Mm-hmm.
know, it scared me in that aspect, not because I didn't know what it was. I knew it was something, and I knew that it just had like bad intentions, and nothing ever came of it. But I do remember seeing that. I don't
Ah,
remember even talking about that with anybody.
I fucking hate
Yeah.
that I even asked you because do you know what I do? Like
Hmm.
I so I do most of the over the road stuff, right? Like everything that comes from what's called it. But so that I get a good and accurate inventory, I go in every Sunday morning and I'm there sometimes by myself. Like there's other people working sometimes, but there's been a lot of times where I'm the only fucking car there and I'm the only one in the building, but I'm hearing shit move around me. I hear I'm in the office by myself. I hear the curtains move. And now people are like, yeah, it's wind. I believe it's wind. I want to believe it's wind. But there's sometimes when there's some shit going on that like I'm just gonna focus on what I'm counting and get the fuck out of here because I get that feeling sometimes when you're there
Do
and
you
I'm
go
there
in
by
those
myself.
little spaces?
Yeah, yeah. Bro, I feel you on that. Now, I've heard some different stories around there though. Um because I'm a stupid nerd about it. Like I did some research, and it was an old farmland there. But there's a reason why you see the different shit around there. Like that used where we work, well, where I work now. That was the place where we took people to scare people when we were fucking kids,
Yep.
right? Like, did you ever do that shit?
Nah, I was told never to go out there.
Really?
Yeah, and I really didn't. I mean, we did a couple of times just to go drive down there, at the Donkey Lady
Yeah.
Bridge and get off. But I remember like my other buddies walking around and going in the Chinese graveyard, like in the Donkey Lady Bridge area. I remember the aqueducts. Yeah, we did. We'd
Yeah.
walk the little, you know.
Yeah.
I look at it
At
now and I'm
night
like,
while it was dark.
no street lights, man.
Yeah.
No cell phone lights.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wonder. Like,
That's
I
what people
wonder.
don't
I'm like,
understand.
how did I survive? How did we survive this
Bro,
far? This
we used to
intact?
walk it. We used to go on the missions at night, and then you start hearing the stories that there's this big fucking dog that people see. I mean, we didn't know any
I
of
heard
that
about
shit.
the
We
dog.
just went over there.
Yeah, I've heard about that more recently.
Now we played with a Ouija board underneath the overpass right there next to the ghost tracks.
Mm-hmm.
That's how stupid we fucking were.
That's where I live now. Did you know that in that area?
Past the ghost tracks?
Yeah, like where all the streets are. Not, it's in the area. It's not in that like subdivision, but I'm
Yeah,
more over
you
there
know,
by, yeah,
you're not far from me.
yeah.
I live on the other side of 181.
Oh, okay, yeah. We're not that far.
You know where I'm at now? I'm at in the Greenway area. You know, they have that Dollar General right there. They have the Greenway Grocery. They just built the QT right there.
There's a
I'm
church
right
there,
there.
right, or something. They always have some kind of church event. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I see.
Yeah, we're right around the corner. Did you hear when that fucking explosion happened?
I didn't. I don't know where I was. I wasn't at home. I know that, but I know my buddy who lived in the area heard it. He texted me. I think Becky was with me, so we both didn't hear it, but we were just seeing messages and text messages. Like, did you hear that? And I was like, yeah, no. Did you?
No, we were here too, and everyone in this neighborhood heard it. Like, I want to say that was one of those rare days where we probably were asleep early, and like, the story. I don't even know, like, if anything has come out of that. Like, fucking something exploded here in San Antonio. No one fucking talks about it. Like, it's just there. Oh, Age has to go tinkle. Oh, well, yeah. So, for context, we live in San Antonio, Texas, and there was a while back where there was a place, where it seemed like they had, I don't want to fucking speculate, but it was rumored to be, I guess, like a lab, a meth lab, I guess. Um, and and that's what people were saying happened, and that shit blew up. But yeah, it was crazy. It was here in San Antonio. I haven't heard of anyone getting arrested for it or anything like that. But I know that this fucking place blew up, and no one said too much about it. So I guess it happened.
It kind of came and went.
Right? I thought it was a big deal, but apparently not. But yeah, that's the kind of shit that happens on the south side, where we live.
So tell me about the kind of supernatural things that interest you versus the kind of ones that are actually in the city that we grew up on. Or
Okay,
that?
well, I grew up like hearing like the scary shit from my either my mom or my grandparents. But like, I was gonna do a podcast with a buddy of mine that does a Halloween podcast, and we're gonna talk about La Llorona. Now, I can't say that it's the biggest interest in me. Like, for me, a lot of those old tales seem to harken back and kind of become a lesson to you. But like I said, I'm a nerd, so I did some research, and La Llorona story, it's fucking everywhere. Like everywhere in Latino culture, there's a La Llorona story. And so like you go up to fucking New York, they have a story. The Dominicans have a story similar to La Llorona. And then you dig deep in it and it goes back to like fucking Mayan times and Aztec times. Like it's crazy. Like I know it can't all, be true, but when I was a kid, I got these crazy fucking stories from my grandparents and shit. And the story was like, oh yeah, my it's always a tia or something, right? Like, oh yeah, my tia we're at her house, and then we're there at her house, and then we started hearing a lady crying outside, and so like we kind of went out there, and you saw her. She was walking on the street, and they fucking like you ask your fucking tia or whatever, like when you're 5, she tells you the story. When you're 10, she tells you the same exact story. So like, where's this fucking story coming from? You know what I mean? Yeah. So it's always shit like that, man. My mom used to tell me that my dad's mom was a witch. Now, my dad is Puerto Rican. He came from Puerto Rico, but he got adopted by a Mexican family here, and that's what got him the Martinez last name. He's so that mother and that family, like he used to tell me stories about them, like, and they was just fucked up. My grandma, she only spoke Spanish, but she had these big birds, like, and they weren't cute looking birds, like these were crow looking motherfuckers.
Like
and
real
my mom,
pets?
yeah, in her house. And my mom would tell me because she's a fucking witch. And like, I know like all wives tend to think their mother-in-laws or something like that. Like not my wife and my mother-in-law, because my mom, because like if anything ever went south between me and my wife, I'm sure my mom would take her side and just disown me because I'm an asshole. But I always thought it was stories like that. But like, okay, it's a stupid story, bro. But fuck it, that's what we're here for, right? My grandma used to have a little statue in the front of her house of it was a jockey. It was a black statue of a jockey, right? It was a little one,
like a whip, right, or a rope.
Yeah. My mom used to tell me that jockey would come alive late at night and would do shit for my grandma, like bad shit.
Oh shit,
bro! They used to tell me that shit with a straight fucking. If I ask my mom to this fucking day, she'll tell me that same fucking story. Like I said, when I was doing the La Llorona research, I did all this research and there's all this shit on YouTube that you can see. But my best story came from her. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So she had all kinds of fucking fucked up stories. My dad had all kinds of fucked up stories. Like they would always tell me, like, do you have any of those kind of stories? Or like nothing's ever happened to me. I can say. There was one time, but you tell me.
No, let me hear your story.
No, fuck you. People don't want to hear me. Like they hear me all the fucking time. They want to hear you.
Well, I want to hear it. I want to see what you got. I want to know.
Okay.
Fuck everybody else.
Okay. We used to have this. We used to live in this house, and when I moved in there, a buddy of mine, we're moving in, and a buddy of mine is the mailman doing that route. And bro, I didn't have to hear this at all. But he's like, "Oh man, you moved into Mr. Jones' house." I was like, "Oh, who's Mr. Jones? He moved out or what?" He goes, "Nah, he passed away, man. He passed away in the house." I was like, "Fuck." One of my biggest fears is like getting a haunted house, right? Like I grew up watching fucking sightings and unsolved mysteries as a kid, and I love the fucking ghost stuff, right? But I love it. I like talking about it. I don't want to see that shit. I don't want to see that at all. And one day we're there, and my wife's asleep, and the kids are asleep, and I'm there playing video games, and I hear someone behind me say, "Hey, hey, hey!"
Ooh.
And I thought my wife had woke up, and I thought it was her telling me there's nobody there, bro. It was enough that I turned around and said, "What?" And there's nobody there. That's the kind of one of the only experiences that I've ever had. I've had other kind of sounds that I've heard, but I don't know anything as serious as that, or like as personal as that. Like I've never seen anything.
What about good experiences? Like maybe a loved one that you know that's who it was.
I've had some things. Oh no, not and then it's not even that, but I don't not that I felt a presence or nothing like that. Um, I used to always be scared of my wife's house, at the house that she grew up in, because people talked about seeing her dad had passed when they were young, and people talked about seeing the dad there. So I was always afraid. Like they had this one long hallway. I was always afraid I was gonna run into him. Um, so I hated kind of being there, but was times when you kind of felt it and you felt comforted, I guess, by it. You know what I mean? Um, like they think that someone had broke in the house and he never took anything. He just ran off, and they think that the dad was there to kind of scare him off. That's a good story.
Cool.
Now, unfortunately, like we lost our mom a couple years ago, and man, it hurt. Like it was, my oldest son was real close to her. You get kind of little things that happen here or there that kind of make you feel like she's watching over us. But there's my son's first varsity baseball game. He's playing. We're in Alice, Texas, and this doesn't usually happen. But they had in between innings, they played music. Now, you go to a baseball game. What kind of music you're gonna hear? It's usually rock and roll. You got to hear "Sweet Caroline" because it's a law that you have to play it.
Yeah, Welcome to the Jungle, maybe. Well, you said rock, but
Yeah. Now, my mother-in-law's favorite song was the "I Will Survive." You don't think you're gonna hear that at a baseball game, right? Seventh inning comes up. It's going into the last inning. They're playing "I Will Survive." And like I got to record it. My son's out there. He's out there warming up. Like he's in left field. And I was like, I recorded it, and I said in the recording, like I'm like, he's got to be in fucking tears right now, because like I said, my mother-in-law's death hit him hard. Like when he was a baby, she babysat him for a long time. So I feel like they were close. At her funeral, he was torn up. Like he was crying like bad. But like we heard that song. I mean, I heard that song play. It got me emotional right away. Him hearing that song play, I know he got emotional because he's the same way as me. We'll hold it in, but at some time it comes out and we let it out. Like we just gotta let it out and we cry. I'm proud that I've taught him that. But to let it out, not necessarily hold it in. But that was one of the times when I really felt like she's out there watching him. Like we know, like because like as soon as the stuff happened and stuff like that, he's always been a hard worker, but he kind of worked harder because as good an athlete as he was as a kid, when he got to high school, it wasn't necessarily like happening right away for him. He had to work for it, and which is good. You don't want shit handed to you, but he was working hard, and like he just like I'm gonna dedicate the next 2 years to her, and he did wonderful things, man. I was proud of him, But man, it really hit him hard, bro. Like her
Oh
death.
yeah, I bet.
On top of that, it's coming around COVID time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And stuff like that. So, that shit was crazy. I know, that hit you pretty hard too, right? COVID time.
Yeah, we lost a few people. We lost an aunt on my wife's side.
Hmm.
I lost a buddy that I used to work with. Um,
That's crazy, right? Like when shit like that starts happening, or friends that you grew up with,
yeah,
and you're like, I wish I could say like, oh, it fucking motivated me to try to get healthier. I've
yeah,
tried, but I don't work. Like I like food a lot.
me too.
I don't like exercise that much.
Me neither.
I want to one day. Problem is, I go out there and I start running, and fucking my leg feels like it's gonna snap, and my ankle's fucking stiffing up.
Dude, yesterday I was at HEB or Walmart, I don't remember, and I was just
Mhm.
walking down an aisle, and I felt like something wanted to pop like on my calf, and I was like, I just stopped, and I was like,
No shit.
what the hell was that? I'm not even running. I'm not jumping off anything. I'm walking down a grocery aisle,
I
and I
saw
think
this.
if I would have stepped wrong, like some more pressure, I just feel like something would have popped just for walking. I'm like, damn.
I saw this video the other day where this guy's like, I just wanted to take a deep breath, and now my back's hurting. Like, what the fuck?
I feel like, man, I feel like we're getting old so quick, and
Yeah.
when you're little, everything lasts forever. The summer lasts forever, a week or even a whole day, and
Mhm.
I feel like everything's just so damn fast.
Well, here's what I always kind of say about it is I think we have long days, short years. Like there's times when the day feels like it's not going to end, but before you know it, it's fucking December, and shit's coming
Yeah,
along again. Um, so that's why I try to, you know, push myself to do as much as I can, especially with them, because dude, I'm telling you right now, like me and my wife feel it, and at a certain, we feel two types of ways sometimes. Sometimes we feel fuck them kids, but then we feel like, man, they don't want to do shit with us, like,
oh yeah,
you know, I would love it if they did it now, but I've gone to see the last few Marvel movies, The Flash. Like, I've gone to see it with my wife and my daughter because my sons, who did everything with me, like, they were right there sitting next to me in Endgame. We're fucking crying our eyes out, and now they
now it's
go.
not it's not important anymore.
Nah, now they go watch these movies with their friends,
Yeah,
and I
yeah.
was like,
I feel
yeah,
offended.
man.
I feel
Oh,
offended
dude.
sometimes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, I was like, oh, we're gonna go see Guardians. Oh, we already saw it. I was like, what?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
okay, how many times I didn't see a movie because I was waiting to watch it with y'all. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, all right. They're not gonna fucking explain to you those '80s references, so fuck you. You ain't gonna get those jokes. Oh man. But it's like, you see those videos and it's like, what's the best thing about having kids? It's watching them grow up.
Oh, I
What's the
hate
worst
those.
thing about having kids? Is watching them fucking grow up. But
Hmm.
you just hope that you've done a good enough job that we've raised them. We can kind of push them off. That's been the hardest thing about this dude kind of becoming an adult, is not that I don't have no say because he still listens to me, but there's times I gotta let him experience shit for himself.
Yeah, that's the hard
Um,
part.
I worry that I sheltered them too much when they were younger. You know what I mean? Because
Hmm.
they didn't see half the shit that we saw growing up. You know what I mean?
What about
Now that
Joey?
same thing. Like,
Because but the stuff that Logan and Mia have already seen, we didn't let the boys watch Family Guy, even Simpsons. Imagine that.
about like shows, stuff like that.
Are
Yeah.
are
No,
you a
no,
lot more
no.
lenient or no?
Yeah. She likes Rick and Morty.
Oh man, okay.
Yeah. Now she's on. I hate to be this guy. She's on YouTube all the time, And I try to monitor her shit, but she watches this girl called Sniper Wolf.
Oh
That
yeah, I know who she is.
yeah, yeah, and I'm not that I fucking condone it or anything. I bought her a Sniper Wolf shirt for Christmas because my
She
kids
likes it.
want something, I want to get it for them. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like
Oh,
I
yeah.
want to show, but you know, at the same time, it's like you say, like with Mia, is like I've heard this saying before. Is like you have a daughter that's spunky, and that has that attitude and stuff. You don't ever want to take that away from them. You don't ever want to take that out of them. You want to have that girl that does that. So I try to raise her that way. Um, I want her to have a little fire about it because I don't know if you know, but like my daughter, she's blind in one eye.
Yeah.
And one eye is just white, and now she has a shield that she wears for it. But one of the things that I've always been so proud of her, and it's just the way that it's not an issue for her. And if anyone's looking, like she'll gladly fucking tell you like, hey, this is what it is. Like, you know, now one of the fucking most heartbreaking things is when like she was young. I remember like, and she had it like we took her to play with, and for the most part we're always in our family, our extended family, people that know Zoe, people that love Zoe. But there were some different kids that were there, um and she went to play with them, and they started running from her because they were scared of her because of her eye.
Mm-hmm.
And it broke my fucking heart, and I just called her over and I was like, come on. Like, she didn't understand, and glad she didn't, but she's had to address it now, and that's the biggest worry I have for her going forward. It's just like, just people maybe even trying to treat her differently, or look at her differently. But the thing that I love about her is like she doesn't let that be an issue. Like,
Oh, that's cool.
yeah. So again, like you two, like you have a spunky daughter, man. Like, you don't ever want to change that. You want to fucking encourage that fireball. Let her be, some guy, or hey, fuck it, some girl's problem in the future that they're gonna have to deal with the spoiled daughter because
Yeah,
you're
that's what I try to
raising
say.
her not to accept fucking shit from any guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm gonna raise the bar so high that she's not gonna want to go elsewhere.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And that's the thing, bro. Like, yeah, I say it all the time. I'm trying to be that guy that wasn't there for me. Now, luckily, like, I have friends like you. I have family that looks out for me and stuff like that, especially with this shit that we're going through now. It's like, dude, so many people have fucking chipped in, and you know, it just express their love or their thoughts and their prayers for us. And you never, like, you kind of say it sometimes, and you never know how much it means to that person that you're reaching out to, but it does, man. Like, it fucking means a lot. So it's something that we've been dealing with, and I gotta say, like, that support system that's been there, like, it's been great, man. Whether it's real or not, these people that have
Yeah.
reached out, it means a lot. You know what I mean?
Just accept it. Don't stop accepting it. Don't deny it.
Oh yeah, and
I know you won't.
yeah, but that was the thing, Adrian. Like as a man, like you try to take it all on by yourself,
Yeah.
right? Like,
Oh yeah.
yeah, one of my biggest problems is I don't ever want to be a problem to anybody. Um, like, so I don't ever want to burden anyone with my problems, and that was probably shit that we grew up with, right? Like you always tried to stay out of sight and unseen just so that you could just get by.
Yeah, even if you got an injury, you weren't like, "Oh, I gotta go tell my mom." You're like, "No, I'm gonna keep it from her because she's gonna whoop my ass."
Oh yeah, that was the thing too, right? Like,
I just, my
I
leg's
was,
broken, but I tore my church pants. Like, I'm good.
yeah. It's like, hey, it's like Ralphie, man. You shot your eye out, but you're worried about 'cause you broke your fucking glasses. And then it was like, cause I always say, like, when we're kids, like, it's bad, but you were kind of, you were kind of made scared by the police, right? Like, the police is coming for you, like, or
Yeah,
you're
I
fucking
remember
driving with your mom.
waving. I remember waving at a cop and my mom getting mad at me. I was little when he passed by.
Yeah. Hey,
Don't do that.
pendejo, the fuck's wrong with you?
Yeah, for real.
Come
What are
on,
you
come
doing?
back.
Stupid. I'm holding. Nah, my mom wasn't like that.
No, I'll tell you this. I say this story with pride now. I was fucking proud of it then. Um, we lived in some apartments, bro, and like, there was one day, me and my brother, because again, you're always outside, right? You know, we had little 1 bedroom apartments. My mom didn't want us in there with her, so we're always outside. We're outside, and we're sitting on this ledge of these apartments, right? um, the big fucking apartments surrounded by cement, one way in, one way out. Out of all the apartments, me and my cousins were the only not black people there.
Mm.
But never felt fucking
I think
anything about, huh?
the correct term is non-coloreds.
Oh yeah, yeah. I never felt any way about it because like my stepdad's black, so it's cool, right? Like I'm good. I'm invited to the barbecue. Um, so we're there. Me, my brother, my friend Michael Ray, one of my best friends growing up. We're there, chilling, talking shit. I'm probably talking shit like I always fucking do. We hear chains dangling, right? We hear chains. We look. This guy comes and runs, jumps up onto the ledge and jumps down. About the thing was about 6 feet high. Jumps down, lands, stumbles. And we're looking at him like, oh, what the fuck? We turn. My brother's sitting across from me. Mike's sitting right next to me. My brother's sitting across from me. This guy ran between us, jumped. 2 guys come up. One guy stops. Pa, 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 pa. Between me and my brother, like we're about 5 feet away. He did that right between. I fucking like. He didn't look at us. He didn't nothing. We knew who the fuck it was. The guy, my brother runs to me. We get together, get Michael. We fucking start running. We pass by another guy who we knew, a good friend. I'm not saying a good friend, but the way it was in these apartments, man, is like these guys took care of you. Like nothing. Like I went to a middle school there, and again, it was like it was a primarily fucking black middle school, and my first day there, like my cousin and a few of the other Mexican kids were sitting inside during recess, and I was like, "What's going on?" They're like, "Oh no, we go out there, they're gonna mess with us." It's like, what? I fucking go out there right away. This dude starts fucking with me. The dudes from my apartment fucking is like, "Nah, this dude's cool. Like anyone fucks with him, y'all fuck with us." So people had our backs. Now, like I said, we were running back to our apartment. Michael goes to his. Me and my brother go to ours. We tell my mom what happened. Mom. Before you know it, like everyone's outside, right? Because they heard gunshots. And I run over there. The news is there. I'm. Some dude just got shot in front of me, and I'm there trying to get in the background of the news like this.
Yeah.
Now, you remember the cops around 1990? They were giving out something. Do you remember this?
Mm-mm.
The cops give out the Spurs cards.
Oh, okay. I was like,
remember that?
No, I don't.
So you don't remember that,
Hmm.
bro? So the cops are there, investigating about a dead body. We're there asking them, "Hey, sir, you have any Spurs cards to give us?" Yeah. Now the cop starts asking, "Anyone see anything?" My little brother starts to raise his hand. My mom fucking gave him the side elbow from hell. boss, you shut the fuck up. Like it may be bad, but like we knew. Again, this kind of the way you came up, man. Like you live in those apartments, you didn't say shit like that. I saw so much shit in those apartments, bro. But that was like one of the craziest stories ever that happened to me there.
That's pretty close to the action.
I'm telling you. Well, you grew up. You went to Harlandale, right?
Yeah, sometimes.
I mean, they give you a knife like your first day of school there, right? Like
you have to have a knife.
yeah, you're given a shank.
But
Like,
nah, I've been to other districts, other schools, and Harlandale was like, oh, I'm gonna start shit between classes, where all the teachers and the home monitors are. So I mean, you were hoping to get it broken up. Then I went to
like real quick.
Then I went to schools where it was like, oh, you gotta use the restroom, go somewhere else. And why? You know, because there's fucking dudes they're gonna throw down. Most of the time I was in there.
Yeah.
Not in it, but just whatever.
Oh
and
yeah.
It was like we're gonna fight. Someone's holding the door and whatever, and that's it. And then we're gonna go on our day. No one's getting suspended. And that's the way it was every day. It was shit like that. But Harlandale, I wouldn't say it was hard at all.
When I went to Connell, I went to school. You know Connell?
Yeah.
I went there, and dude, we had a coach that would let us fight in the locker room, and this motherfucker would say, "They're going 1-on-1. Anyone jumps in, and I'm kicking your fucking ass." And he would let us throw down, bro. Like,
give you gloves or no?
No, we'd fucking fight. Yeah. It always sucked when like one of your friends would get his ass kicked, and he's like, "Hey man, I got some shots in, right?" And you're like, "Yeah, bro."
No, you didn't.
Yeah, sorry, bro. Yeah.
And you shit your pants. You know what gets me? Like one thing I wanted to bring up on my show, I kind of wanted, if I had a segment, because I'm addicted to like fight videos. I love combat sports. I love boxing. I love MMA. I love wrestling. I know it's not the same, whatever. But like street fights, like since Kimbo, like I remember watching Kimbo when that shit was uploaded. It was way before reality things. It was just but I had watched a bum fights. I had watched, if you watch Faces of Death, you watch a bum fight. There's a target audience.
Yeah.
But like even to this day, like I watch shit on Reddit, and what surprises me the most is all the kids fights. That's what scares me about my little boy going to middle school next year, because I'm like,
oh dude, yeah.
But I don't get why none of these fuckers take their 20-pound backpacks off. It's always they're throwing down, and like they got this big old turtle shell on, and I don't understand that. And I don't understand how people fight and get knocked out so easy. Like if you know you can't fight, or you never been in a fight, why are you trying to even engage? Because it always seems one-sided. It's rare that you see two people fucking on the same level. It's always some one dude getting not even it on the defensive, just talking shit and getting fucking their clock cleaned. And
can I ask you, like, did you have to get in fights when you were a kid? Like, do you remember getting in fights, or like
I got in a couple?
When was the last fight you got into?
Shit. It hasn't been in the last 10 years or 20 years.
Yeah.
I got in a couple in elementary. I got in a couple. Well, I got rolled. I got semi-jumped.
You're in a gang?
Yeah, it was like fucking 5th grade shit. I don't even know what the name was.
Fuck up. What was the name of your gang?
It was Gucci Crew.
Oh shit, I can't say that right.
and we were wearing fucking Bugs Bunny and Taz t-shirts. It was
God.
But the majority of the time, I didn't have to get in fights because people they assumed I could fucking kick ass, so it never really came to that.
Well, see, like when you're a short guy and a small guy, like you got to kind of prove yourself sometimes, right?
Yeah.
So I was always the dude, like, because I'd hang around with a crew of people, and I was always the small guy. So who's the guy, like the other guy in the crew wants to fucking fight? They always want to fight the fucking small guy. Yeah. And it wasn't until like I fucked like 2 dudes up that they were like, yeah, we're not fucking with this dude.
Dude, the fucking small dude was the scrappiest dude.
Then, dude, like, and then like again, I'm like you, like I don't understand how these motherfuckers have such a soft chin. But but I've always been one of those dudes that had kind of a heavy hand, I guess, and so I never had to really get in. I remember in high school getting into fights, kind of, and it being like 2 hits and the dude's down, like, but like I've never been one to look for fights. The one time I went looking for a fight is like I have a trigger, and it's my little brother. Like anyone fucked with him, and this dude fucked with him, dude. I went off and I fucked that dude up, and I fucked his friends up. Like, and that was the only time I kind of went into a fight. But like, I was talking about like when I was like 12, 13. Like I remember, my mom's boyfriend at the time being fucking drunk. It's a big old dude. And I remember he pushed my brother one time, and I never fought back. Like this dude hit me a few times, like because he was a big old fucking. I couldn't do shit, but he was fucking drunk, and he pushed my brother. Bro, I reared back and I fucking hit him in his face. I fucking laid him one like fucking good, and to where it knocked him down and knocked him out. And he woke up crying like he hit me, and I was like, bro, like never again, like he fuck with me. And I've always been like that way. Like I like even now, like I'm like, man, I'm not looking for a fight, but if a fight comes, I wasn't in a fight, but we're at a club, and this guy jumped on my brother. But like my brother-in-law was trying to break up a fight, and a guy jumped on his back, and I grabbed that fucking guy, and I fucking had him in the headlock, and I'm like fucking choking him the fuck out. And he's like, I'm security. But he was dressed in regular clothes, so I didn't know. I was like, oh, my bad, bro. Like,
He's like, you want a job?
Yeah. but yeah, like, but again, like when you're a small guy, dude, you're always the fucking target, bro. Like people are always like, yeah, I'll fuck with that.
I learned early on that the scrappy dudes were always the shortest, the smallest dudes, because they had to be, you know?
Yeah.
And then I seen the biggest dudes get their fucking nose hit once and go down like crying.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm a lover, not a fighter, man.
Yeah, me too. Like I've always had this fucking smart mouth that doesn't shut up, and I've always tried to talk my way out of things. Like I make a joke, like I try to be funny and make them laugh, and then when they're laughing, then I'll fucking hit them, bitch. They're on the floor. I'm in the car on my way home.
I think in one of my episodes I talked about getting road rage.
Oh,
and
I don't want to be that dude.
I hate rudeness and I hate inconsiderate people. You know, it bothers me. I can't let it go. I mean, I'm not gonna chase nobody down.
Yeah.
I don't even honk. It's more of like, you know, body language and shit.
Oh yeah. I always got to look at to see if they're as stupid as I picture them in my fucking head. I feel bad. As an old lady, I'm like, oh, god damn it. Bitch, don't drive in the fast lane.
Then Becky gets mad because I say every time someone's tailgating me, it's a fucking woman. Mm-hmm. Oh, that's kind of sexist. I go, no, it's not. I'm not saying every bad driver is or every woman's a bad driver, but most bad drivers I've seen are fucking women.
Are women?
And that's going by my personal experience.
That's experience.
If I counted the last 10 people that were riding my ass, and then I pulled over and I see it's a chick.
I think I saw you driving in your van one time. I went around you, but it was mostly because I saw that it was you. I was like, look at this motherfucker.
Oh yeah,
with his baby on board sticker.
Oh yeah.
I'd throw a rock at him.
Yeah, I always embraced fatherhood. I was never like, ooh, I'll ride on with the car seat or two. I don't care.
Oh, dude, I've always it goes back to movies, man. Like, I've always tried to be Clark Griswold type shit, right? Like, I want to be that dude.
Is that like your favorite dad?
Clark Griswold? No, Dan Connor. Dan Connor.
Dan Connor?
Yeah.
He was a badass,
bro.
Like when he had to go beat up Jackie's boyfriend?
Bro!
Whatever his name was.
That's my favorite fucking episode. Dude, next time I'll get you on, we'll watch that episode together. And we'll fucking cry and everything because it gets emotional.
We gotta watch the one when David finally fucking tells Darlene where to go. I'm sorry I wasted half of my life for you cold-hearted bitch. I was like,
oh no,
they weren't even saying bitch on TV back then.
My favorite David episode is when he leaves his mom's to go live with Roseanne. Do you remember that one?
Yeah, and she goes back for him, right? Get your shit, David, or whatever. No, she tries to
Oh
take
yeah,
him
no,
back.
yeah. She's taking him back to leave him there, and the mom's telling him shit, and she's like, you know what, David, get your stuff. Like, because Dan's like, there's no way in hell I'm letting this kid fucking stay at our house. We have enough, and oh, dude, and then the mom's being the way she is with them, and he's like, see, this is why I'm not here and shit like that. And then she's like, no, David, you're coming home. Oh, dude, I fucking cry on that episode.
Yeah, I still get teary-eyed.
When I talk about my comfort shit, a lot of those early seasons of Roseanne, that's my comfort shit. Like you go to sleep, like it's dark or you have TV on.
Mostly dark, but I would prefer to just put something on and go to and crash out. But I share a room with somebody, so they can't always do that. But before, what happened? Then we lost Joe. It's my time to shine. Let me see. Let me see what happened.
Oh, there we go.
What happened, bro?
Dude, I really don't know. Like my screen went black. My battery is fully charged. Like nothing went off. The recording's still going. Oh man, maybe it's some supernatural shit because we're talking supernatural stuff. Maybe it was that. It was the Diablo.
It was the ghost of Roseanne Barr. Hey, were you bummed when she got canceled or whatever? Like, did you watch the Connors?
I didn't. I tried to. Like, I didn't get into it the way I was into Roseanne.
Did you get as far as her getting killed off or whatever?
I was kind of bummed about that. Like, to be honest, like I didn't like the last season of Roseanne where they had killed Dan off.
Yeah, the ending was she's like writing memoirs and shit. That was
that was kind of weird. Like nowadays, like again, I like to sleep with the TV on, and it's got to be on something that I've watched before, and not something that I'm like terribly like it's got to be something that I've seen a million times, so that it's not something that I got to stay up and see what happens next. I know what the fuck's happening.
The background noise and the vibe.
Because I mean, to be honest with you, because if not, dude, then you're just fucking laying in bed thinking about bills, shit like that. What am I gonna do at work tomorrow? What's going on with this? I got to do this, and if I can focus on the show, like I'll put King of the Hill or The Office on.
Ooh, I hate both of those shows. But no, we don't got to get into that. We don't got to get into that.
No,
let me tell you what I do like.
I'm taking a note on that though, because we are gonna get into that shit one day.
Let me tell you what I do like. You're really taking notes.
What do you like? Spit it out.
Movie wise, I can always put on Kick-Ass, Scott Pilgrim, or Clueless. If I can have those playing in the background, and I'm set. As far as TV shows, I think like Saved by the Bell, and you're gonna laugh, but even 90210, like the early shit.
Oh my god,
stuff like that. Bro, I had an older sister, and that's what the chicks wanted. I had to get in on what the chicks liked, and I had to.
Oh, dude, I tried to fucking comb my hair like Jason Priestley all the damn time. Dun-na-na-na, dun-na-na-na.
Yeah, that's. I think.
So what you're saying is you want me to do a 90210 rewatch podcast with you?
Yeah, but we gotta watch the one where they kill Dylan's wife. Spoiler alert.
Oh fuck! You ruined it for me. God damn
One of
it.
the one of the best performances ever. Reaction to a death.
One of the things that me and Lucky always talk about, like, is in these movies, having old fucking actors play teenagers. Luke Perry, bro. Like, no fucking no diss on him. Rest in peace, Luke Perry. Um, but like, especially like in Buffy the Vampire Slayer, nobody was fucking buying that was a kid. Now, Buffy the Vampire Slayer, show or movie?
Damn.
So you watched both?
I watched both. I didn't watch every episode of Buffy, but I saw the movie at the movies. Fucking dollar movies, McCreeless Mall.
Yes, sir.
So shout out to Pee Wee Herman, who nobody even knew that was fucking even him, unless you knew. But if you didn't, it was like, that's fucking Pee Wee.
Yeah.
I gotta go with the movie because I didn't watch the show enough to love the characters. But
yeah.
When I think of Buffy, I think of Christy Swanson. I don't, not to be alternative or nothing.
No. I'm the same way. I never watched the show, so I don't know.
I don't like that redhead chick. The one from fucking American Pie and the one from How I Met Your Mother.
Oh, but he has what is he at? What's that show he does?
Who?
Fuck.
What show?
On Adult Swim?
No, I'm not talking about Seth Green. I'm talking about the chick. Allison Hemming, whatever her name is.
Oh, okay.
This one time at band camp, I hate her.
That girl, yeah. I thought you were talking about Seth Green. Because Seth Green's in there too, right?
Yeah, he played like a werewolf or something.
Yeah.
I'd say movie. Personally, for me, movie. And that's not a slight on the show. It's just because personally, I watch the movie more. And the movie means more to me than the show does.
Now, tell me this. Like, you and I kind of, we're about the same age.
27.
What? Yeah. I just started.
I don't care. I don't care about being old. I don't give a shit.
No, we're about the same age, but you go to a lot of dollar movies at McCreeless?
Yeah, I saw Batman Forever.
Yeah.
Do you remember too? The old Mayan? I used to, with the Mayan.
No. Like, do you remember like Padre? South Park had a theater.
Yeah, I saw Natural Born Killers there.
I saw American Me there.
I saw Candyman Part 2 there.
Yeah. I remember after American Me, bro, I was walking around looking at every white boy like, say something, bro. Say something.
We went to Santikos. I'm calling it Santikos. It's the Maya now, but back then it was Santikos.
Yeah.
We went for White Man Can't Jump. It was me and two other buddies. We were underage.
Yeah.
We saw White Man Can't Jump, and then we snuck into American Me. And I didn't know what the fuck American Me was. I didn't.
Yeah.
I didn't know even that culture, the gang culture of
of that. Yeah.
Like I had family members that were cholos, but I never thought they were anything. I never said like, oh, this dude's a cholo. It was like, it was my cousin, Whatever.
Yeah. No, dude. If we ever do your show, I'll tell you all about my gang shit. Like, there was a fucking 4 or 5 year span. I saw some shit, bro. It was crazy.
Yeah. I dabbled, but nothing hardcore.
Yeah. So, like, after American Me, you and your friends went home and you're like, hey, guys, y'all want to try out that one scene where the guy's eating rice?
And then I could stab you in the butt with a little Christmas tree knife.
Yeah. I'll just pretend to do it, guys. Come on.
Can you compare real quick? Would you compare, or would you say they were in the same category, Blood In, Blood Out versus American Me? Because to me, Blood In, Blood Out always felt like the Kmart version of American Me.
I actually no. Because we got very little of that shit, right? Like, as a Mexican culture and Mexican kid, like, I liked both of them kind of the same. I thought of American Me was a little bit older. because it was the mafia in the prison, right? I know Blood In, Blood Out became that, but they started off as teenagers. I don't know. I guess both movies kind of did. I kept them same level, bro. Like I liked both of them
Okay.
same. I love Blood In, Blood Out. I love American Me. I could still watch those movies to this day. But I put them up there with all the gangster movies like Goodfellas, and shit like that.
Okay, look. What about this? One of them ceases to exist. Boys in the Hood or Menace?
Menace to me.
That
I
one's got to
think
go.
yeah, I think I was a little bit fonder of Boys in the Hood. Um, um, I was a big Ice Cube fan. Menace had MC8. Fuck him.
Oh, come on, bro.
Yeah, EIHT. Like, should I continue? You left
Come
out
on,
the
bro.
G because the G ain't in you.
Damn, bro. That's fighting words.
I'm just kidding. I liked fucking a straight up Menace. Damn.
Dude, I went by AWACS. In my middle school days, AWACS was my tag.
Hey, he was a
And
bad motherfucker in that movie.
my buddy would put ass wax on everything. Everywhere I would tag, he put 2 S's by the A, like going down. I was like, no, I was ass wax for a long time.
I used to go out tagging. I remember they kicked us out of Connell, and me and my buddy went there at night and just fucking tagged up the whole fucking school. The whole fucking school like crazy. Never got in trouble for that, but I'm sure I paid for it one way or the other.
Yeah, probably.
But dude, I'm what the fuck is going on?
What are you seeing?
No, dude, my screen went black again. Like it's gonna kick me out again. Oh, I guess it didn't.
How long can you record on this?
I don't know, but we're at 2:21, so I think I better be kind of wrapping it up here. But we're definitely gonna have to do this fucking again.
Yeah, I need to figure out how to do it this way because this seems a lot easier than going to somebody's house and sitting down. It's actually, I just don't consider myself somebody that should be seen. They got a face for radio.
Yeah, I definitely have a face for radio. I've always heard that old fucking corny joke.
Did I ever tell you who you remind me of?
Who?
Or who reminds me of you?
Who?
So it's gonna sound funny, right?
No.
What?
I want to know who.
I'm gonna tell you.
Yeah, tell me.
So the chick, I want you to post it on the Facebook page.
Oh fucking! I'm gonna have to now.
Every time I see the chick from Flyleaf, I see you.
What the fuck? Why? I don't even like Flyleaf.
It doesn't matter. Something about the eyes. I was like, that fucking she reminds me of Joe. I don't know why.
It's kind of gay. I'm gonna tell you that right now. I think you're secretly in love with me, and you're secretly in love with the girl from Flyleaf. I think you can feel her all around you. I remember one time. I remember I was always salty because we worked night shift one night and Flyleaf was playing at Sunken Gardens, and my wife and her friend went, and I was like, I want to go.
Yeah.
But dude, I thank you for coming on with me. I didn't mean to take up this much of your fucking time, but I'm glad I did, man, because I think I had a lot of fun.
This was nothing we can accomplish together. This is just
yeah. It's I think it's only the beginning. So we can do this many times. Like I mean, fuck, dude. And then now knowing you just live right there, like I mean, we might have to get together. When it's not fucking 118 degrees outside, like it's been scorching lately. Fuck.
At night.
At night, yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Fucking pee outside and it fucking goes.
Nope,
okay,
it was an honor and a pleasure.
Yeah, dude. Again, I want to plug your podcast. Not long for this pod. Again, I know. What do we say? It's kind of fucking morbid, kind of cryptid.
Cryptic,
You know, Adrian being his cool self, but you know,
Can I
again,
tell
I'm proud of
you?
you for doing it, brother. I'm glad it's out there. I hope you continue to do it, and I hope you continue to get fucking people to come on. I'll come on any fucking time. We can do this. Just give me a heads up, and a lot like the way Luck does here is, man. He's like, all right, sit down, talk your shit, and you know, get your shit out there, bro. Talk your shit.
Yeah, fuck Adam
People want to
Sandler.
hear you. Oh, you fucking asshole! You can't close like that.
All right, peace.
Dick.
I'm out.
Well, we're gonna talk about that next time. You know what? When we do our Adam Sandler episode, and it might be this weekend, we can get you on.
I like Punch Drunk Love. I like Little Nicky, and maybe Waterboy, and that's it.
What about Hubie Halloween?
None of that Netflix shit, bro.
Have you seen it?
Hustle or Hustler was good. Whatever it's called.
No, fuck you. No, don't watch. Don't. You can't like him at his hustle if you don't like him at his fucking Hubie Halloween, bro.
No, you like that Magnificent Eight or whatever the fuck they're called?
Stupid 8 or something like that, right? I don't fucking know. I didn't watch that. Magnificent 7. I did watch
was
it,
a
but
real
I mean, it's not one of my favorites.
my family watched Hubie Halloween. I remember not paying attention.
I just love Halloween, so I love that they did a fucking movie with it. Fucking Wedding Singer's probably in my top 10 of movies, bro.
Oh, that one's good too. Okay, like when I say I hate him, when I put it on one of the posts, it wasn't I asked him
You
or
did
whatever.
it to me. Yeah, you're fucking with people.
He's not on my top.
Like, fuck Joe and his Adam Sandler. I thought like I put, you know, I know everyone likes Vin Diesel. I put Vin Diesel. I thought that would be fucking.
Okay,
No one give a fuck.
Can I tell you something stupid?
You like Vin Diesel? I know.
Me and my buddy were making we're on an episode for his show, and it came up about Vin Diesel, and we were talking about Pitch Black, and we're talking about
Yeah.
He made Riddick, Chronicles of Riddick, whatever.
Yeah. Triple X, whatever the fuck.
We were talking about those two. No, just those two movies. We were talking about it, and I believe his race in Pitch Black is called Furian, right? It's spelled like Fury, A-N, something weird. And hold on, hold on 1 second.
Are you looking it up?
No. I dropped my can. I thought I had something in there. Oh yeah, so me and my buddy were like, dude, we should make a fucking Facebook group devoted to Fast and the Furious 1 and Pitch Black, and we can call the group Fast and the Furian. And like we just had a big laugh about it. So I went ahead and I made the group, and I invited him, and he hasn't even joined it. But it was just a stupid idea, and I was like, yeah, we should have it to where you can only post about Pitch Black or about OG Fast and the Furious. And then I was like,
I saw that.
I was like, I don't have the energy for that. Oh, you saw it?
Yeah. Did you? I don't think you invited me or nothing to it. I just saw that you were posting in there.
I didn't invite nobody because I don't want to oversaturate the market with my bullshit.
Yeah.
So, we just want to see.
I don't know. Like, did I say like I have those friends that they do those offensive memes on the Facebook. Mm-hmm. I contribute sometimes, but not to the extent that they do. I like doing my shit in the behind the scenes and send you stupid shit.
Yeah, that's the thing with you. I got people that just send me gross shit.
Yeah,
I just
no.
I get everything with you.
I tell you about your show, like that I latched onto too, is when you were talking about like, hey man, I don't want to see any of that killing shit. Don't send me any. I don't want to see broken shit. I don't want to see blood. Like I don't want to see any of that shit.
He showed me a video. He showed me, and that video was like fucking horrible.
Yeah, I don't want to see any of that shit.
Yeah, I don't, and I don't. If I see anything kind of remotely resembling something like that, I'll ask, hey, what is it? Because I don't want to see it. And they don't tell me.
I tell you, you gotta watch or listen to this podcast called Your Mom's House. It's with the comedian Tom Segura and his wife.
Okay, I've seen little clips.
Yeah, like he's always he has some fucked up shit, and it's weird now because he's like so famous now, and it's like these motherfuckers like they've kind of made it, like they do this little podcast still, and like man, like but his early shit like fucked up shit, bro. It's fucked up shit. You gotta watch it.
I can't wait to
Like-
have some of the people on that.
Yeah,
you
dude, that's another thing. You got plans for the future, like planned episodes, shit like that?
It's real loosely planned. Just because scheduling and not scheduling, but we got different schedules, different hours. But
Dude,
if I could find
that's what we're on now.
If I could find a way to kind of not master, but utilize this program, I'm gonna do it.
Yeah, dude, I recommend it, man. It you know, Luck came over one time, kind of showed me how to do it. It's pretty easy. So
yeah, I might have to go over and you can show me how to do it.
hey, but yeah, man, I gotta wrap it up. We're treading on fucking almost 1:30 here, and Daddy has to go to work in the morning. Shit, I have to call in.
Nah, that's all right.
Nah, I ain't calling. I ain't a bitch. I ain't a bitch.
You don't do shit. You don't do shit but drink Red Bulls and post on Snapchat.
Fuck you. My shit's funny though. That's the thing. It's funny. Or it's either funny or it's gonna make you cry. And I know I made you cry today. So
you fucking damn near did. Well, it was an honor, bro. It was fun.
I did. I had so much fun.
I could talk to you.
I'm telling you. Yeah, no homo, but yeah. All right, brother. I'm gonna wrap it up here, but love you. Thank you for coming on. Appreciate you, guys. Like I said, not long for this pod. Go watch it. You'll fucking fall in love with Adrian like we all do. So, Age, thank you for coming on. We'll get you on again, bro.
Yeah, and I just want to say I love you. I love your wife. I love your family. Y'all are so strong, and
oh man,
we're here. We're here for y'all, man. We're here for y'all, and you know we're here feeling with you. You know, and
no, I appreciate you, brother. Yeah, no, because that's the thing too. Is like you know, kind of against kind of putting. We don't want to put everything out there, but they're like, man, like so many people are with us, so you know, we don't want to hold back either.
Yeah.
But I tell her, man, like I'm like you're inspiring people, you know. So you know, keep doing your thing, man. So appreciate you, brother. Thank you.
Yeah.
This is Dr. Dre.
All right, guys. As we like to say,
Friday.
keep watching, keep listening.
This is crazy. This is crazy. This is crazy.
Tell me something, my friend. You ever dance with the devil in the pale moonlight?
Hey, life's a risk, carnal.
I do a great impression of a hot dog.
Billy likes to drink